Now we're live.
We live.
Joy. Yep. Just about as quiet here as it was the whole fucking month of November, folks. Yeah, well, we really didn't have a lot to post this month. But that's because we're actually kind of working on a couple things. Obviously, there's the Outlast couch co-op that's been in development purgatory for quite a while. But also we did take a weekend or two off after the massive slew of content in October.
Well, yeah, you had Thanksgiving this week as well, and then we were working on like game stuff.
Yep, true. And a couple of our Patreon members know about what that might be. Planning on doing since we never really got a chance to finish off the hentai game, we're going to do something similar, but like a horror story. So we've already got a couple of our Patreon members who are very, very skilled. And we got ourselves and we got Mel. And we're going to come up with something unique and interesting. And I did quite a bit of writing over the month. So we shall see. We shall see. But in the meantime, you guys don't give two fucks about that because it could be another pie in the sky. Pie in the sky. There we go. Fucking hell. It's the tryptophan. The Tryptophan Travesty. Anyways, so we have Outlast 2, the great recording that has been long overdue. We're going to wrap that up, export it tonight, and have it hopefully up by tomorrow. And then we have the Metal Let's Draw of the art for that. And then we've been trying to figure out exactly what video podcast topic we want to do next. We kept wanting to do Star Wars Battlefield, but every single time we start doing that, we need to kind of like revamp it, and because like new information comes to mind. So we thought about bringing in Llama Pockets for recording regarding that and get it all down pat, because apparently he knows what the hell's going on. So it could be fun.
We also got a tweet today asking if we would do something on the whole net neutrality thing, which might be an interesting one to do.
Yeah, that's going to be a hard one because I'm kind of on both sides of the fence. I'm so centralist, it's not even funny. It's a hard one because on one hand, net neutrality, fantastic. But on the other hand, whenever you open up the market like that, where it's like, there's a graphic out there and it's on reason.com and kind of picked it apart. And Reason, of course, is pro businesses do whatever. And there's a graphic that says, if we have net neutrality, it won't just be a flat fee per month. It's going to be like, $15 a month for your streaming video services, and they're $10 a month for your email, and another X amount for social media stuff. And it kind of asked, is that necessarily a bad thing if they had to like start parsing this out? Because then all you have to do is pay for the services you actually use. It's kind of like the cable television thing where you get weird channels like Lifetime and a bunch of other shit like Home Shopping Network, stuff that you never ever really want to watch, but it's all bundled underneath one big umbrella. And you can't just say, I want this and I want this. It's very not a la carte. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. It'd be one we'd need to severely look into.
I'm not even sure. From what I've heard about it, would that even impact the UK or is it just the US?
It'd be US only, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I was going to say.
You guys have your own thing.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I don't think the FCC has.
There's no jurisdiction for the FCC.
Yeah, I don't think they have authority in the UK though.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I've always heard that less FCC the better, but who knows? Who freaking knows? So, anyways, you guys may be asking where Mel's at. She's currently cooking dinner for her family, so she said she will be here soon. And you guys can hold her to that because we're also waiting for her. But in the meantime, hope everyone's Thanksgiving was fantastic, and we can get on with the show. All right. We have... Hey, Angie's back. My favorite little Canuck. Maybe we should bring her in first. Nat?
Yeah, go ahead.
God.
I didn't know that was an actual... I thought it was a rhetorical question.
No, it's... We can bring her in. So we'll send her the invite since she wasn't here last time.
You want to do that now, or do you want to wait for Mel first?
No, let's not wait for Mel. We can... she'll jump in when she's done eating dinner.
Okay.
So no sense holding these fine folks up. We're already late enough as it is, thanks to my long-traveled ass sitting in the car for the last 4 hours. I know. How dare I visit my fucking parents? How dare I visit laughing mom and laughing paw or something. Of course, if my mom would be more like cackle mom.
That's mean.
Hey, you know what? I got my laugh from my mother, so I have no. That's high praise, right? Anyways, problem is that she never got the jokes that quick. Whenever she watches a movie and she finally gets the punchline at the most inappropriate parts of the movie.
Didn't you say that she does that thing where she watches like comedies with canned laughter and like she'll just laugh along just because?
Yes, actually, yes, that's true. While I'm getting Angie's invite in, she's watching Big Bang Theory, right? And of course, every single time there's canned laughter, people are programmed to essentially laugh with the crowd. It's kind of a way of not, sticking out. Mm. And I noticed that, obviously Big Bang Theory, not a whole lot of quote jokes. So she was laughing every time I heard, the canned laughter. So all of a sudden they said something really, really benign where there was no canned laughter. And I started laughing just out loud at the dinner table. And she started laughing too. And I stopped and looked at her. And I'm like, there was no joke there. I was just doing that to see if you'd actually laugh. And lo and behold. So, hey, Kahuna Drake, don't call my mother cackle cunt. You can call my Rule 63 giggle cunt. I have no problem with that. But watch your mouth, woman. Although I do like the alliteration. All right, Angie, going into your Patreon. Also, if D Watt is in, you have your custom avatar by the FUBU. I just sent it in. So one thing I always do is try to get in the custom avatar towards the end of the month. I remember one person didn't get their custom avatar early enough and they canceled their Patreon and they were very happy. But end of the month, folks. Gotta make sure that check clears. Let's see. Patreons. So how was your weekend, Nat?
It was okay. Just worked on game stuff.
No, don't.
Watching I'm a Celebrity Get Me Out of Here. Watching celebrities eating testicles and ostrich foot and was it like sheep's brain or something like that?
Watching these celebrities getting leaving the show early because they're apparently getting
tweets,
because of homophobic and racist tweets.
Mm-hmm.
NG.
I don't even know if I'd call that guy a fucking celebrity. I mean, my brother's got almost as many subscribers as he has, and I wouldn't call my brother a fucking celebrity.
Oh, speak of the devil, the real celebrity of the show, FUBU.
Hi, how you doing? I'm late.
Hey. No, it's fine. We let everyone know that you were going to be doing stuffs for your family.
Well,
you have obligations.
Like feeding them. That's something I can't put aside, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, she's already had a visit from the social services.
after listening to these podcasts.
Yeah, pretty much. Gosh dang. Oh, that's so refreshing. That's much better. I brought a drink with me, so.
Oh, I thought maybe, your husband let you bathe or something.
No.
Are you picturing the scene from Game of Thrones where Ramsay lets Theon have a bath?
My gosh. I don't know. Hey, Natalie, quick question.
Yeah.
What are your sizes? What are your proportions?
Yeah, I know exactly right. I gotta know. It's for art, I swear.
No, it's for that new project you guys got going on.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which we haven't really disclosed it though, but I love the premise.
Yeah, we can't work on until next year though.
Next February, right?
Yeah.
I am. Hang on, I've got to convert these sizes to American sizes because.
You gotta translate.
Yeah.
But no, my real question was, for the CCS podcast in general, I actually really like the shirt that you're wearing right now in your avatar. Is it alright if I change that onto CCS podcast? Because you just pop out more,
Oh, instead of doing the white shirt, she has the pink one?
Yeah.
I think it'd be a good idea. More color.
I like it. Yeah. I
mean, you gotta admit the white shirt is kind of bland, so.
Yeah, I won't charge anything for it, so.
Also, NG, you have the link.
Oh,
I am already here.
Holy crap!
Yeah, she's here. Women teleport. That's what my husband always tells me. Remember that.
I guess.
I was sitting here for a while. I'm like, should I talk? Should I? No, I'll just let them finish.
No, I was thumbing through Joker's art, so I was like preoccupied with this comic boob girl. Which I still think Fubu and Joker need to just do like a very XXX exclusive live stream.
Oh, also, I promised Griff and I would clear this up. We weren't calling your mom cackle cunt. That was the alternative for your rule. What was it? Your fan version of it.
Oh, my 63.
Yes. Not your mom.
It fits.
I'm sure your mother is a lovely woman.
Well, you never met. I'm joking. I'm joking. I love her. She's great.
You know, it's all right for some young boys to feel that way about their moms.
I give her shit, but I love her to death. I'm like Mr. T, a mama's boy. Don't you be talking about my mama fool.
I knew it. You're a mama's boy. It's adorable.
But I'm actually way too much like my dad, which is horrifying.
I'm sure he's a lovely gentleman too.
Oh, it's fun when we all get around to turkey.
I did not have turkey because Canadian Thanksgiving was back in October. Yes, slowpokes.
Well,
what is a Thanksgiving or a Canadian?
What's Thanksgiving? Jeez, Mormons can't celebrate Thanksgiving.
Somebody please explain.
A Canadian Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
There's a lot of poutine. There's some big moose jerky.
A lot of poon-tang. Is that what you said?
Oh, poutine.
You want to go?
A lot of poon-tang, huh? Well, it sounds like sounds. Well, no, because if you're with your family, you don't want that.
No,
it's only for adults.
Putin. I have to try and.
Speaking of CPS.
It's fries with gravy and cheese curds on them. Not in that order.
Good. That does sound
there's
good.
maple syrup. There's maple syrup involved. Can't eat the geese as much as they are a pain in the ass.
Canadian. What? You guys eat
Canadian geese? No.
You can't eat geese. It's like eating a bald eagle. It's sacred. It's like eating a swan in the UK. You know, they're protected by the queen.
Well, technically the loons are protected because they're on our loony.
You're all loonies.
Yeah. Yeah, Canada is the bizarre world of America.
Back up in Canada, right, Mel?
Yes. Shut up. But believe it or not, the Canadian goose is not actually Canadian.
Yep. That's why I said. That's why I had to correct myself because the Canadian geese is not Canadian, but the loon is.
Ooh.
Get it right.
You know.
What? Okay. So attacked here.
Well, to be honest, it's no different than American Thanksgiving, except our family doesn't have cranberry sauce.
That's all right. I can live without it.
I was kind of disappointed by Thanksgiving this year. Well, first of all, I called up my parents and asked them, are you guys going to do a turkey this year or are you going to do a ham? Because it just depends.
Ham is better.
And they said that, I like ham a lot better than turkey, but I do like turkey I do love turkey sandwiches after Thanksgiving.
Ham.
And
ham is way better all around.
In the words of the pimp named Slickback, turkey sandwich with a slice of tomato and mayo? Absolutely. But, anyways, so I call them up and I'm like, what are we going to do? And they're like, are we doing ham or are we doing turkey? And they're like, we're doing both. I'm like, oh, God.
Oh, no.
So every day since I had a 4-day weekend, every day since breakfast was scrambled eggs and ham and lunch and dinner was turkey. So if I see another animal, I don't know. I gotta go vegan for like about a month to get it all out of my system. But I ended up spending I went Wednesday night after work. I spent up until about 3 a.m. making like pumpkin pie bars with like orange zest, and I made damn woman.
Sorry. Okay, go ahead.
You done? Are you done dropping everything?
Yes, I'm done.
What the hell are you doing? Did you drop your vibrator?
That is an appropriate question.
Well, I don't know where that humming was.
No, I went up to get some plasters.
Plasters? What the hell's a plaster?
Band-Aids.
A Band-Aid, yeah.
Oh. I thought it was like,
Not that I know what she's talking about.
well, you know, you guys are the good child of England, so.
Well,
Yeah.
well, actually, technically, my dad's French, so
Oh.
no.
Oh.
And my mom's an immigrant, so double no.
Oh,
Double no.
jeez. Double no.
Double no.
They're all adopted.
Yeah, we're all adopted.
There you
No.
go.
We're gonna start building a wall up on the northern border too.
Yeah, keep out the Americans.
No,
Keep out the French.
yeah. And no, a lot of the Canadians want to stay away from the crazy Americans down there, especially with Trump being in office.
Yeah, oh, I don't blame you guys.
But I don't really know.
Keep my words. Stay away.
But I want to come visit you guys and give hugs and bring you Putin.
Woo!
Hey, you can bring all the poon-tang you want.
We're accepting that offer with open arms.
Get your mind.
And
Let's
legs.
get your mind out of the camera.
Open arms and legs.
God damn it.
Undone, you
Poor
missed the
thing.
most interesting Thanksgiving conversation of, well, probably not. Never mind.
It's
No,
not
no,
that
it was interesting.
Because apparently Canadians eat poontang on Thanksgiving. I mean, you know, we joked about calling CPS, but goddamn. You spend Thanksgiving with your family? Fuck no.
Oh, God damn it, LM. What are we going to do with you?
Does it look like my family tree is braided?
Yeah.
All right. Well, do you guys want to bring in another person? I'll let Angie decide who else to bring into the
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, bring them into the
Do
orgy.
you want to bring in Kit Kat because she's the one calling you mother?
She's calling Fubu
Excuse me.
mother, so yeah,
Yeah.
go for it.
Well, that's what I mean. She was calling Fubu mother, so I'm gonna bring in Kit
I'm the
Kat
mother,
too, and we'll keep
Fubu.
things moving.
I'm all your moms. Put up with it.
You... Hey, Duke. Well, you did misinterpret Kahuna as insulting your mother, so I just wanted to double check.
I was giving her shit. Believe me, I know she wasn't insulting my mother. Otherwise, she'd be an expatriate. Actually, no, I'm just taking her money and being like, "Yeah, thanks." And just keep on running your mouth.
Goodbye.
All right. Anyways, I'm gonna bring in Kit Kat real quick. Poor girl went last time, I think. So.
Okay, so I'm a US size 8 dress size. I'm 5'6.5" ish. And
You're taller than me.
yay.
Mel's a midget.
Wait, how big are you, Mel?
I am 5'4".
Well, you're taller than me. I'm 5'2".
Oh!
Oh my God, you're like a Pomeranian.
I could pick you up and twirl you around.
No, shut up! Oh.
Then I accidentally let go. Oh crap!
That's horrifically adorable.
This is why I'm not allowed to carry
okay.
kids anymore. A lot of broken backs, a lot of wheelchairs, a lot of lawsuits.
God, as short as you people are, even if you have kids, if you get pregnant, you'd have to have a skateboard underneath you to walk.
Jeez. Gotta catch up.
It looked like Meatwad pregnant.
Oh gosh.
I may be short, but I can still take you down.
Ooh, that's right. They can get to your knees. Just chew them off.
Oh Lord.
That and other vital regions.
Oh, you're just about the right height. I can't remember what the hell I was watching.
I was waiting for it.
I was watching cable at my parents' house because they actually have television and I don't. And for some reason, I think it was Patrick Ewing was getting like interviewed by like the world's shortest interviewer. And I swear the top of her head was just the right height where she wouldn't have to do anything. In fact, she might even need like a pair of high heels just to get up a little bit higher.
Wait, what?
Never mind. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's fine.
What was she trying to do with him?
She's just interviewing him. But I'm just saying that when she was standing next to him, she was just the right height.
That's the right height for what?
Mel, we know what me and Matt are gonna get you for Christmas, by the way.
You guys gonna give me something for Christmas?
Link in the chat.
Don't get excited just yet.
Oh no. Oh my gosh, no, do not. I will burn it, I will record it, and I will send it to you.
But it comes with a brushable hairpiece.
Oh, the Trumpybear.
Yeah.
Do not. We're going to get you something kind and generous this year, and you're pulling this off. You don't forget, you guys ain't getting anything from us.
No, I can get you a calendar of Trudeau.
The advert for this just like came on randomly, and it was so fucking funny.
Jeez.
I mean, seriously, I want one just to stir up shit during Christmas. especially if it's like a Secret Santa kind of thing, and nobody knows that I was the one who put it in there.
Oh no!
It's like just like, you know, sit back and watch chaos. Watch the family just go absolutely batshit crazy.
Jeez.
The Trumpybear.
You would just love to fuck shit up, don't you?
Oh god, yeah. A little bit of chaos.
Don't you mean anarchy?
Anarchy!
Nope, chaos.
Okay, what's the difference between anarchy and chaos?
I think one's a form of government, the other one's just a form of nature.
No, the other one's more fun.
Now, there was a stupid news story that I thought was funny, but now I can't remember what it was.
Oh, Angie, you always have the best like Canadian feminist stories, and you're failing us.
I'm sorry, but they're gone really quiet, and it's just pathetic what they're doing lately. I'm just like, this isn't even funny anymore. It's just sad. Like, watching a little kid try to beat up an adult, it's cute at first, but then all of a sudden it's just sad to watch.
Christina Phoenix says that the special gift that Fubu is going to give me for Christmas is secret porn of me getting a candy cane, and I can imagine where I'm getting it.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas and Happy International Women's Day.
Nope.
Wait, what?
It's a Deadpool thing.
Yeah. Zip.
Oh my gosh.
The safe word is beef stroganoff.
What?
Oh, nothing.
Nothing. Let's maintain this innocence. This is so precious.
What? I want to know.
Oh, Canadian. It's a sex thing. It's man getting it up the butt thing.
Minty
fresh going in, not so much going out.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm good.
Hey, you wanted to know? We let you in.
Yeah.
Like a candy cane.
I immediately regret the decision. Then again, that is the definition of every time I ask. I want to know. I always regret knowing.
The question is, do I get the straight piece or do I get the big hook at the end?
You get the you get the big hook.
It looked like one of those butt hooks. Like the BDSM butt hooks.
Oh, that sounds painful. Oh. I do not like. By the way, hi Kit. Hi Kit Kat.
Choco. How are you?
I'm sick.
Oh no.
Well, turn us off. You'll feel better.
We're a virus. Oh, petting your hair. Very pretty.
Yeah, sorry. I just feel like absolute shit.
Oh, I'm sorry, but hey, you made it. You made it here.
I made sure to get you in while Mother was here.
Oh, sorry. I still need to kick her out. Sorry, let me do that.
What? Why?
Why did you kick Fubu's ass? What'd you do, Fubu?
Oh, I bought Pokemon Ultra Moon. I don't.
I bought that for you.
You bought that?
For you.
Oh, Ultra? No, I didn't do that one. No, never mind. I got her the original moon.
Yeah, she got me the original moon, and I recently bought the digital copy of Ultra Moon today. So
Yeah.
one last thing off the Christmas list.
Yeah.
Well, did you at least say thank you, Fubu?
Bye. Oh, thank you so much, Fubu. Oh, you're welcome, Fubu. Let's make out, Fubu. Okay, Fubu.
Oh gosh.
Wait, wouldn't it be boob boob? And wouldn't it be a lot of bouncing noises?
Oh gosh.
No, it sounded like wet ham slapping together.
Ew.
Jeez.
Oh, don't ruin my crush like this.
That's Fubu's next art book is just pictures of her drawing her making out with herself.
Yeah.
Fubu
I don't know,
2.
maybe.
It just scary thought is that someone's probably already done it. It's in someone's book somewhere in their house, and they don't want to show it yet.
Yeah.
I was supposed to make it a secret.
Oh, sorry.
Of course, you guys have seen my art, so.
It was awful.
Hey,
Why am I still alive?
The art I've drawn for this game project actually is not half bad. It's one of the best female faces I've ever drawn. It's probably the only female face I've ever drawn, but still.
Yeah, gotta count for something.
Yep. I just gotta finish it like everything else I ever start.
Well, you just have someone to sit on you and make sure you don't leave your desk until you at least finish one thing.
Well, if whoever sits on me is a very, very good-looking girl, then I'm definitely going to finish something, but it won't be the drawing.
Oh.
Well, then that's counterintuitive because we need her to be sitting on you to make sure that you do finish the drawing.
Okay.
Beautiful answer. Beautiful.
Whoa.
Not my ear! Not my ear!
Right in your ear. Oh, you didn't like that?
No,
Sorry.
no, I do.
Oh, great. Now you got me imagining stuff.
Her with a candy cane, right?
Hook end up.
Just, the eggnog just dripping down her chin.
Jeez.
Oh, great. Now I look up porn.
Yeah, because I got nothing. Just seems like everything's dying down. It's just kind of pathetic.
It's a slow news day. Dude, you should totally make your own news just to spice things up a bit and get attention. Like what feminists do.
You mean pull shit out of our ass?
Yeah, pretty much.
What you do is you play Grand Theft Auto. You exclusively kill women, and then they say the game's sexist.
Yeah.
This game is so sexist. All you do is kill women, and it's like, you motherfucker.
You son
Break
of
it. Do that to everyone.
I know.
Friday the 13th, you kill black women.
Yes.
Bring it up a notch. Do it with the strippers. You gotta do it with only strippers.
Wait, how would that work as a news story?
What you do is you play Mass Effect, like one of the old Mass Effect 1 or 2, and then you complain about there not being the female shepherd on the cover. You got to pick things apart that bad, where it's like, oh, this little insignificant detail, never mind the fact that you can choose whatever sex or sexuality you want to use with your character.
You can literally do anything, and you are choosing to bitch about this.
Yep. Minecraft is sexist.
Jeez.
Because everyone's all blocky and rigid, and that's part of the patriarchy and something. Women in power and something bullshit. I don't know. I can't. Because seriously, some of the stuff that I've heard is kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's think about this. Who's this coming from?
Very, very
Stupid
dumb
women.
people.
Exactly.
Which is probably why I don't get along with them very well.
Yeah, same here.
But you guys are supposed to have a hive mind. I mean, aren't you guys all supposed to think alike?
No.
No, if I did, my
A
mother would have
woman's
beat
worst enemy
me.
is another woman.
You mean there's no telepathic powers in vaginas?
No.
Ew. No, I hope not.
No.
Gross. How you're on your period. Oh, you poor thing.
Instead of telepathic powers, it's ventriloquist powers. All right.
However, it's proven that if you have a group of women living together after a certain amount of time, their cycles sync up.
Yeah, just
yeah,
because
it's
somebody has a
definitely
six-centimeter
true in my house. Definitely true.
How do I type?
So pretty much, if you know one person gets it, everyone is fucked, and nobody should be coming near the house for the next week or two.
Yeah.
Probably two.
I'd say 2.
Still come
I'd say a
around.
week and a half.
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Everybody, thanks for coming out today. I'm going to pour bleach in my ears and eyes.
This is
Nice
your
and slowly. Be sure to swallow some too.
Mhm.
No.
Gotta bleach them teeth. And the stomach,
No,
clear
don't
that
do it,
out.
Laughing Man. We love you.
We do?
Oh, I don't.
Me too.
I don't
Guys,
know what lie.
Well, oh, wait a minute. He pays me. Oh, crap.
I
Yes,
don't-
Fluffy Man, we love you.
I don't pay you; they pay you.
True.
I pay you.
Yes.
but
$40 a month.
personality.
No, wait, 30.
Well, if you guys hate Laughing Man so much, you're gonna love the new video project.
Okay.
Uh-oh, what did you do?
No, it's the one thing that Fubu and Nat have some interesting idea spawned by Fubu about a show for CCS. And well, if you, yeah, I don't want to say a whole lot unless you guys want to spoil it. But the problem is, if we spoil it now, it probably will never get done.
Yeah.
Let's
keep it a surprise.
There's psychology in that, where if you tell people that what you're doing and you get like a load of praise before you finish doing it, then you're kind of like getting your dessert before you finish your meal. And then you get that high. Oh, everyone likes me because I'm attempting this thing. Okay, and then you don't have to attempt it.
I guess that
Finish
makes
it.
some sense.
Yep. Fun stuffs. Thank you, the great courses who are not affiliated with us for good reasons.
Yay.
Mhm.
So anything else going on in the news?
Ugh, I wish. It's all boring bullshit stuff.
I don't pay attention to the news.
Any more sexual harassment going on?
Al
There
Franken
was-
responds to harassment allegations, plan to remain in office. That's about it.
The only sexual harassment I got was a deflated orange balloon.
Boo.
I almost flipped shit the other day because like I saw the beginning of a headline of this news article and it said another woman comes forward with allegations that Tom Hanks ... and I was like, no, fucking not Tom Hanks. And then I opened it and it was like they've come forward, another person has come forward with an allegation that Tom Hanks is a wonderful person. And I'm like, oh thank God for that.
I saw that.
I was almost going to die, I swear to God. If it turns out Tom Hanks has done anything, that's going to ruin everything. Me.
Life is over as we know it.
Up is down, blue is red.
This is what happens when Mr. Roger dies. Everything just goes to shit.
Yeah, no kidding.
Up is down, blue is red. Hitler was wrong.
Oh my gosh, that was terrible.
But I don't know.
We're looking for new CCS members. Is anyone open so we can replace Matt?
We killed him.
Mel, are you honestly thinking about redoing Nat's avatars for the video podcast?
Yeah, well, just mainly the shirt, you know.
Oh, so you're saying to draw a new shirt on her?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
just recolor that. You know, just fix it up here and there. It'll be no problem. I'm all looking at her chest now, like, yeah, I can do this.
I can do this.
Make it more round, make it more soft.
I don't know. I think Louder with Crowder said it best. All these problems, like 1 and 2 couples divorce, is literally everything in Hollywood because these are the people who divorce the most. You talk to most people, they won't divorce for several reasons. Either they actually love each other, or they're like, we have kids, we'll just stay together until we, it's a better time. And in Hollywood, they're married for 3 weeks and then they're divorced the next. Like, what the fuck?
Okay, what deal were you guys trying to seal here? Kind of contract that you had to hold on for a specific kind of time, or what?
Here's an idea. How about you don't get married until you're fucking sure?
Yeah, exactly. Dude, I cut myself.
I need some water.
I'll go get some water,
Water.
sweetie.
No, I'm asking my boyfriend to give me some water.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
He's
he's in the room with you?
Well, yeah.
Gotta take care of her.
All kinds of needs.
Gotta take care of the sicky lady. Tall fella, by the way.
I just don't understand how it's such a big problem. Like, does money make you disillusional or what?
I think
I
money
think
just.
I think they did a report on that for some odd reason. I forgot what the reason was, but when you work together with somebody and pretend to have romantic interests, you start developing them, and I'm not even sure.
Sexual
anymore.
tension, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's the word.
I don't understand why you would do that to yourself. It's going to be a pain in the ass in the long run.
I like the ones that stay the longest because it's just they're just the funniest people. Like what's his name? He's ugly as fuck. Sing like hell.
You need to narrow down your details a little more than that.
He's old as fuck.
That does not narrow it down either.
No, they're all old.
A lot of them are
Okay.
old.
He's a rock and roll classic. Ozzy
LM,
Osbourne.
help us.
Like
Ozzy
Mick Jagger
Osbourne.
or something like that?
Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh,
Oh.
Ozzy Osborne. They were divorced, weren't they, for a while? They were separated for a while.
I didn't hear anything about that, but I heard that they've been together for the longest time.
They, I'm sure they did. Let me look this up.
Maybe my mom lied to me. Hold on.
How dare she? Parents lie? No.
Okay. She didn't lie. She
She
misinformed
just-
you.
She just bend the truth.
Now, I wish my mom was not so honest about a lot of things with me, because it kind of is going to give me nightmares. Which is probably why I don't like talking about certain subjects.
Yeah, so Ozzy had been caught having an affair with a hairstylist in 2016. And then it turned out that she was one of several women that he'd been seeing and claimed that they had fallen in love.
Thank you.
And-
Oh, it's a Pikachu with a hat. Thank
So
you, hon.
They split up for a while, and then he got treated for sex addiction. And they got back together.
Okay.
I'm sorry. A guy that old should not have sex addictions.
No.
I don't know. He's off his fucking head. I think he's addicted to everything.
There's nothing he's not addicted to. But I mean, obviously he must have been hanging out with. There's got to be a bunch of gold diggers after him, because I mean, he doesn't even look like he knows where he is half the time.
No.
Sharon, Sharon, fucking. Guys, it sounds like he only knows 2 words while he's taking a shit half the time. Sharon, fucking. Poop.
I think that old World of Warcraft commercial that he was a part of is probably the best way to sum him up.
Oh, I gotta look that up, but I only know the Mr. T one.
No,
No,
I
there
remember,
was
I remember the Ozzy Osborne one, the Prince of Darkness one.
Yep.
Oh, that's it. Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot. that was
Disillusioned and not quite sure of what the hell he's doing right now.
That was a good one. I like that one. Oh. I know you're bored.
Yeah, I'm just kicking my legs.
Well,
I
So
was gonna
what's in
say
next?
LM. Oh, Duke wants in next, but LM, you missed me making fun of you with you in the mead.
Me and the mead.
Oh,
Yep.
Boo Boo.
yes.
Did you get the
Every
Lego
time you
shoe?
come in here, you're drinking.
No, not right now.
Well, you
Okay. Anyways, Kitty, what were you saying?
Did you get the letters?
I didn't get the letters. I got the chains.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I got the chains in, but no letters have come in yet. Also, I got the socks.
The socks.
I
have
got.
you
I
been sending her presents?
I didn't
Yeah,
get you. I didn't
You
get
didn't
you
give me
socks.
socks?
No,
I
you-
got some from Wish, and it was a bunch of socks.
I'd have thought the Fubu's husband would have gotten her enough chains.
Wait a
That's what I was
minute.
gonna say.
Did I? Oh my god.
I was gonna say,
God.
Kit Kat. You realize that the chain thing is just between her and her husband, right?
No.
Or between her and the kitchen
Oh.
sink.
Dear Lord.
Eh.
Those were, oh, for fucking God. Those were supposed to go to you. Those were
Huh?
for me. The socks.
The
There were a
socks were
bunch
for
of them. Yeah.
Oh no! Well, I haven't worn them
looks like
yet,
you-
so.
Well, at least I know that American Post is just as shit as Canadian Post.
Oh
Hold on.
gosh!
Hold
I have
on.
your socks.
Hold on. Let me find out. For... Oh my
Ooh, so they're trying to wash the socks like shit.
Oh no!
I am the keeper of the socks.
I don't know. They might be worth more to Kit Kat if they had a little bit of Mel's foot odor.
Yeah.
Jesus
gross.
Christ.
I'm not that kinky. I'm 80% kinky.
Yeah, she's not Quentin Tarantino. Fucking hell.
Exactly.
Who's that?
Especially when Quentin Tarantino's,
Movie director.
especially when that story comes from fucking Kathy Griffin of all people. Oh my god, yuck.
Quentin Tarantino is the guy who directed like Pulp Fiction and Django Unchained and Kill Bill.
Oh, I know that one.
Yeah, a bunch
Okay.
of stuff.
He has a foot fetish, and
Yeah.
that's just weird.
I
Does
don't
my
understand
boyfriend
what
support-
fetishes.
Sorry, I'm joking. Do you really have a foot fetish?
Asking your boyfriend. Oh my god.
I'm sorry. I don't know anymore. I'm sorry.
I don't understand.
Sorry,
Undone. I don't know how.
put you out there.
Undone. I don't know how old Kit Kat is though, but the 16 tops thing is just a little bit creepy.
Where to go? Where to go?
I mean, that's the oldest you want, right? I mean,
Fuck! It was said to you.
Whoopsie.
There were a bunch of long one and fuzzy ones, right?
What, the socks?
Yeah, you're about to get one some soon too.
Okay, more
Oh,
socks.
No. Wait, that's what-
Just now she is the lady of the socks.
Yeah,
Damn
pretty
it.
much.
damn it, Fubu! When you receive socks that have the word "cock sock" on the side of them from a fan, you know that they're probably not for you.
Well, you never know.
No, I got you a necklace for you and King. It says, "His queen, my king."
Aww.
Oh, that's so cheesy. Oh, that's so
It's
cheesy.
true though.
Is
That's cute.
Duke Woodson.
Is Duke still here though? I haven't seen him in the chat log, and
Oh, Duke.
He asked if he could be next, but that was a while ago.
yeah, if he's still here,
Duke, if you're here, post something.
Duke, come back.
We're gonna move
We
on to the
need
next
you.
person. I think
We need diversity.
We need to be the diversity quota.
Dustin Duke
I
both
know,
wanted to
right?
be next. Dustin Duke wanted to be next, so I was going to invite those two in next. Cycle people in to keep things moving.
Yeah, best to do that right now.
All right, cool.
But yeah, I'm almost done with the one necklace. I just need the N.
What
Huh.
end?
Oh, Fubu knows.
Me.
Uh,
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, she understands. It's a secret. It's a gift to somebody in this chat.
That's
Not
me.
So,
It's a secret.
It's a big secret.
Oh.
It's a conspiracy.
Oh.
Secret
I
to
have
someone
no
in the
idea
chat,
who this
And
person
you're like,
is.
it's me, and it's like, no, it's supposed to be a secret.
Shh, shh, don't tell anyone.
Don't tell Laughing Man he's getting a present.
oh yeah, you're definitely.
He's getting his and his cock socks.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you're definitely getting a present too.
Oh my.
Now I'm worried.
Okay. I like him about 7 inches. All right.
Okay, I'll get that for you.
Joking, for fuck's sakes.
Wait, what?
Who says I am?
Although you know what I really want is I want a pair of like underwear that has like Negan's picture on them and it says nutsack of steel or whatever the hell he said in the last episode.
Probably find that on Etsy.
That'd be
Can
badass.
we just talk about how The Walking Dead, like every episode that didn't have Negan in it this season, has been boring.
Well, fucking course. Yeah, I mean, you don't need to talk about it. It's just the truth.
Like I don't know. It's like they could fire half of the fucking cast members on that show because no one cares about them, and then use the money that they would have paid them to pay Jeffrey D. Morgan to be in more episodes.
LTP. Yeah.
All right, Dust and Duke, you have your invites.
Dusty Dookie.
Sadly. That's racist.
What?
How is it racist?
That's another term of saying dusty elbows.
What?
That's a stretch.
What the? Ow! There's jumping the
Ashy
shark and then there's jumping the
Ashley does the same thing. I live in Baltimore. What do you expect from me? We're all
I don't
horrible
know.
drivers, and we are all rude as fuck. But at least I give awesome gifts. Oh, Dust.
That is a plus. There's got to be a trade-off, like in Dungeons and Dragons.
Yep, you either gotta give awesome gifts or awesome head.
You gotta ask my boyfriend about that one.
Hello.
Holy cow!
Hello!
Hey.
Duke made it!
Do I give awesome-
Yay.
All right, then I'll see myself out.
All right.
Later, NG.
Bye.
Hi, Angie. Love you,
Bye.
Angie.
Oh, am I getting kicked off too?
Oh man.
You can stay around just a little bit longer.
Okay.
Well, hello everyone. How y'all doing this evening?
Doing good. How's the turkey?
Oh, it's great. You want to hear how about with some of a different topic? How about hearing one of the most stupidest conspiracy theories of all time?
All right. So, which video on Alex Jones's channel?
No, it is from a rapper. Let's see, he's called B.o.B. He was most famous.
Oh, not Flat Earth Fairy, is it?
Yep, not only the flat earther, but he's actually believed that, quote unquote, I'll put the article out because the link is the article. I'll put it in Discord as well if you want to put in the chat. But here's this article, and I'm not making any of this up. It is that he believes that slave ships never existed.
So, wait, what?
Really?
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that every single fucking culture on Earth can disagree with that.
No. Yeah, reason why he says this. He says he believes that slavery did not exist. And I quote, because he's never seen a slave ship.
Oh, I see. Read that one.
I'm pretty sure his ancestors have.
Oh, and even better. And the reason why he linked this to a video on his Instagram page about some dude talking about like, it says, quote, when the European came to power, what he did is change up chronology and geographically and all the time-space coordinates to disorient us. This is the same people who linked this video. So we don't know where we at.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, and clearly, if you're not in, from basically, this is from the way crazy people, the crazy black people, the ones that are called hoteps, the ones who wear the dashikis, who train to be from Africa, but they haven't step one. The only close thing about Africa they've been to is watching something on the Discovery Channel.
The closest to Africa they've ever been is watching Lion King.
Yes.
was going to say roots, but oh well.
No, they haven't
So-
even watched Roots. That's worse. They say all this stuff, but they haven't even watched what. They only watched the remake, the first episode of the remake, and then they.
Oh yeah, I
That's-
forgot they remade that.
Yeah, well,
So black people came to America via magic or something.
and even
No, have you not read the Book of Mormon? Come on, the Jews built boats and they sailed to America, and obviously they had slaves with them.
But
Oh
yeah,
my God.
if you
No. The Garden of Eden was in Jacksonville, Missouri. So obviously, Cain, who was turned black in the Bible, just hung around.
oh yes.
If Jacksonville's so
even,
perfect, why can't they win a football game?
To be fair,
Don't tell Llama Pockets that.
oh gosh.
I'll tell it to his face and be proud of it.
but
I am in tears, you
but
guys.
yeah, even better. He says this, and this right here, the quote. It says, just from him tweeting this about actually, B.o.B said, quote, they say slavery lasted 400 years. America is only 250 years old. You ever seen a slave ship? They can find a billion-year-old dinosaur bone, but can't find any slave ships.
Oh, you mean those
Hashtag-
little
Oh
things
my
that
God.
would degrade?
Hashtag apparently, which apparently is that hashtag now. Hashtag slavery is not in my DNA. Hashtag we've been here. All of that from his Instagram. Which is, yeah. First off, you realize that the co-continent North America existed before the United States was founded. And second, you can actually see a slave ship if you go to the Smithsonian National Museum of African American History. They actually have artifacts and of old slave ships back when it was covered in 2014. You could actually go to the Museum of National History,
Yes.
and there's no excuse. There's
no,
literally
see,
no
the
excuse.
The Smithsonian is part of some grand conspiracy to keep the black people down or something like that. I don't know.
But I'm not making any of this up. You see the article on Discord.
It's like, okay, well, you know what? The Pilgrims came over here in the 1600s, and the United States wasn't really a country until 1776. Conspiracy? Have you ever seen a Pilgrim?
Yeah.
like someone saying, "Well,
hashtag Turkeygate."
Oh
it's
my
like saying,
gosh.
"My gosh, I haven't seen any comic book movies, but yet why are these comic book these characters from these movies supposedly are comic book characters?" Hashtag comic books aren't real.
Hashtag not looking very hard.
Hashtag go outside.
Hashtag blind leading blind.
God, the Resident Evil games are nothing like the Resident Evil movies. What's up with that?
Why can't the games be more like the movies?
No.
But
Didn't they do that with 7 or 6? Was it
6?
No, 7 was actually. I haven't played that, but I heard it's actually pretty good. But
My dad's playing it.
That's all right.
that's a nice family game.
It's good
by
for
way.
the first play around. The second time, it gets disappointing.
Yeah, it's kind of remind me a bit of Resident Evil 4, which I have to go back and play again because that's so much fun.
I love the little Killer 7 cameo they had in there.
Yeah.
I actually got I've got a friend. I was going to say I got a friend who for the they were selling Resident Evil games like on Steam really cheap. So he was like, "Oh, which one should I get?" And it was a group chat with me and a couple of friends. We were like, "Oh, get Resident Evil 4." And he went, "I'm not really liking it. I'm going to return it." And we went, "What? What do you mean you don't like it?" And he went, "Well, I mean, it's kind of retarded." And we're like, "What do you mean?" And he goes, "Well, you have to stand while you shoot. You can't move around." And I'm like, "So?"
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Yeah, it's just it's kind of shitty." And what kind of game makes you press the shoulder button and the X button to shoot? I'm like, every other game that
First
came out.
Resident Evil?
But,
Yeah.
And then he went, and I also don't like how when you pick up items, it asks you if you want to take them. Like it sounds like you're just shit at it and trying to find reasons to get a refund.
Exactly.
Hashtag gaming journalism.
Jesus Christ.
Now, yeah, that's I still could not believe, and it's still the post is still up, by the way, in his Instagram, and I'm like, and the reason why because of all this is because of a ancient map of supposedly of a 1904 map, which is held upside down, and even better, It is a map that is from the 1904 St. Louis World's Fair.
Where did you put this in Discord?
Yeah.
Oh, it's right here in the general section.
Oh yes.
That is
He's a flat earther. So what do you expect?
Well, I mean, hey, flat earthers can't melt spill beans. So at this point, what else can you say about that? I thought that was done. I thought the flat earther thing was done.
Yeah, back in like 1400s.
Yeah.
No, that's still going strong, baby.
It's just, how is that still a thing?
Well, creationists are getting their word in, so obviously you gotta put the flat earthers into
Could
it.
it have been possible? Could it have been possible that while he was having this interview or saying all this stuff, he was high?
I don't think so.
Probably.
This is what it really thinks is. This is what
I'm not hearing it from Snoop Dogg, so I don't care what the hell he's smoking.
Is it just a universal thing that Snoop Dogg can just smoke weed wherever the fuck he wants and get away with it? Because I swear to God, I've seen him do it like in front of news cameras in public, and they just don't give a fuck.
He got money. He has a lot of money, and
Yeah, if you got money, you can get away with it.
but it's just amazing how someone can believe this stuff. And I'm like, does anyone cross-check this stuff? And even
Well, apparently
Cross-checking in 2017? Who cares to fool it?
But even better, if you do try to come a little bit like this, they'll come at you, call you. If you're a black person, oh, you're sold out. You're a horrible person. You see, this is all. See, y'all part of the plan. Y'all, you're doing this cooning buffooning. You are a horrible person. I'm like, seriously? I just checked this stuff out. Oh, it's all part of the white man's plan. I'm like, seriously?
Jesus Christ! Yes,
The white man's plan to do all of this. I'm like, seriously, that is one needlessly overcomplicated BS plan. This is not a Marvel story or something like that.
What we need to do is we need to get the black community to think that the Earth is actually round, so that we can actually draw a line from Africa to the States and put this and make it more plausible that slave ships actually happen, so that you guys would possibly hate us even more.
He does know that whites are the least common race in the world, right?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm surprised. I am surprised this hasn't been used in Marvel comics yet, where all the SJW stuff is going crazy. Why has this not been a storyline?
Flat Earth Man.
I'm crying.
Quick, chase after. It's like quick chase after the bank robbers. He runs in the opposite direction.
Yep. Yeah. Hey, you remember Captain's a Nazi? Now it was basically black people. Well, there wasn't really slave ships. It was all conspiracy head by Hydra or something like that. Like Hydra was doing all this stuff. Like that's what's gonna happen.
You know what else?
They're
You know
going
what
to
else?
drop
Was
Black Panther into this.
You know what else was a conspiracy? The Holocaust.
Ah.
Have you ever seen a concentration camp? I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's like Auschwitz exists.
Jeez.
Oh my word.
That's what's gonna happen. This is what's going to be.
A little bit.
I love this.
I don't know.
I know I'm doing this in the comments, which is, I know, but this is amazing. Comment.
Somebody's.
He says another facet of the argument is that wood ships wouldn't be able to hold that many slaves, so that's why we that is amazing.
No. Well, no, they wouldn't if you gave them room.
Give each one a little cabin with a little writing desk and a little closet.
Oh my goodness!
Make sure everyone has a window next to the cannon.
But then again, I love in the comment is this. It says like, I love how people become expert on the strength of wood, sailing, and geography by watching YouTube videos. Then again, that's how it is.
And you know that Titanic didn't exist because metal doesn't float.
Well, Snoop Dogg thinks that Game of Thrones is an actual historical drama.
Yes, with zombies and ice dragons and shit. Yes.
Oh
Absolutely.
my gosh.
Let's be real. If dragons like that existed, mankind would be screwed. We'd be screwed.
Yeah.
I mean, what would we do in ancient
didn't
times against
exist.
dragons like flames and stuff like that? What would we have?
Well, it could be like Shadowrun, where they're running corporations or something.
Dragons running corporations now? Seriously.
Yeah, in Shadowrun.
I know dragons are pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a game plot.
So basically, you know, it's a so the Hobbit's basically a corporate takeover story, then, right?
But yeah, the dwarves. Obviously, the dwarves are supposed to be Jewish. I mean, all they care about
Oh my gosh!
This is such a controversial conversation.
Bilbo.
I'm not even making that up.
Jews.
In the world of J.R.R. Tolkien, each like different race is supposed to be vaguely representative of a certain real world thing, and the dwarves actually were supposed to be Jewish. They were persecuted people who were exiled from their land, who were wandering around.
So Mordor is Islam then.
And then
So when does Africa fit this then?
Good question.
Remember the fast orcs?
Oh no!
But they were crossbred with dark elves, so.
Well, the elves.
Yeah.
The elves were supposed to be. Well, actually, I think the elves represented different things depending on which ones, but part of it was supposed to be like, fucking what's his name, Elrond, the guy who plays this.
Ron Hubbard, Scientology.
No. You know, Elrond, the guy who who plays him? The guy from the Matrix.
Oh, Agent Smith.
Yeah, that guy.
Waving.
Yeah, those elves are supposed to be like
art from my boyfriend.
Those elves are supposed to be like Japanese because they had like dark hair and they were like very intelligent and had like a lot of ancient traditions and things like that.
I'm sorry, but I just can't picture a bunch of dwarves showing up at Bilbo's house saying, "We need you to get back our shekels."
Oh my goodness! Oh, but yes, it's just that's what So, but yet the Hobbit, Then again, if that was the case, why it took 3 dang movies for Peter Jackson to just labor and all that type of stuff? Seriously, why did the Hobbit need to be telling 3 movies?
Money.
Because cash.
And here's my thing, because I remember reading that stuff as a little kid, The Hobbit and everything. That was a short story that was in and out. Bing, boom, done.
Well, the last book, the last movie, all of the events of that movie took place over like 5 pages in the book.
Yep, and Bilbo was knocked out for about all of it.
Yeah, and it was basically a huge cluster F. That was the whole thing. It was like war is a completely messy situation that is, well, boom, it means nothing. In fact, and Bilbo was the one delivering this like great speech to who's the leader of the to the head dwarf, talking about all of a sudden, Thorin, and shut him down. But we didn't get that.
Thorin Goldberg.
Yeah.
But they had to make him look dreamy. You had to look like someone like, oh my gosh, he's like he's not really old. He's just like well groomed, and he's a warrior. It's like seriously, they couldn't make the elves like.
Are you saying they whitewashed him?
Yes, they did. They made yes, and also I think I'm like when I watched the story again, I'm like I saw something. I was like, wait a second, there are black people in Middle Earth now. I was like. They actually showed them in that little town they were in, the Desolation of Strong. I saw like 2 or 3 black people. Like,
well, they had to add that fucking female elf character because there was no female characters in the book, so they had to come up with some.
Wait, there was. Yeah, that's true.
Love story to shove her into.
Yeah, and then they have trying to do setup, and I guarantee you it's probably all set up for that Amazon show. Which are y'all gonna watch that? That Amazon Lord of the Rings TV show?
Hell no. If it's something that takes place in the
Amazon
same,
Lord of the Rings show?
Yeah, they're trying to do that. If it takes place in the same universe, if it was based on like the Silmarillion or something like that, that would be fine. But there's no way you can remake the Lord of the Rings movies as they are perfect. I think.
Oh yeah,
I don't think you'll get a better.
By the way, I need to get the Blu-rays and upgrade, but
I
still have the DVDs. Hold on, just.
I don't think you'll get a more perfect representation of Lord of the Rings than.
But where's your precious Tom Bombadil?
What?
Tom Bombadil is a character.
There it is.
Tom Bombadil is a character in the first Lord of the Rings book.
Set.
Yes.
And they didn't include him in the movies because he was a bit too OP for the movies.
Yeah, there
But
was no point, and there was a lot of naked Hobbit stuff too.
yeah, that was naked Hobbit stuff. So
Where?
there's a bit where like they lose their clothes because they get captured by these things called the Barrow Downs, I think, or the Barrow Whites.
And then they have a lot of singing.
Yes.
While they're naked.
Yeah, you know.
The best kind.
The elves find them and bring out these gigantic candy canes.
You cannot imagine. And the thing is, it took a sweet time too. I mean, it was like Gandalf left life for 9 years.
Yeah.
And everything else. You can't do that in the book. quick. And that's what
everyone's a lot older in the books as well. Like Aragorn's like in his 80s and Frodo's in his 50s and stuff like that. So I think the movies, they made some changes that were necessary, and I don't think you'll get a movie representation of the Lord of the Rings. The Hobbit's another story.
Just kept going and going.
Yeah.
And I honestly think I liked some of the stuff, the digressions. I mean, you did explain where Gandalf was going.
Yeah, and I like how they included Radagast.
His annoyingly exception of mushrooms. By the way, why do wizards always age? I mean, I never saw that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna have a younger Gandalf or something.
I did a Gandalf origin story.
See,
technically, in the Lord of the Rings, apparently there's some form of angel, the Ishtar or something.
There's 5 wizards in total. 3 of them we see in the books, and 2 of them different. They all have a color. I think 2 of them are blue, and they're the ones we don't ever see. Radagast is brown because he's like earthy.
He's a shitty one.
No. He's the one like associated with like the earth and nature and all that.
There's a lovely obsession with mushrooms.
Gandalf is great because I think his specialism is like fire powers, because like he has like fireworks and he's able to fight off the Balrog and do all that kind of stuff.
Why gray then? That means red.
I guess because of like ash. Yeah.
Okay. And then you have
Saruman the White.
Saruman.
I think he's just like the intellectual. I don't think he really has like a physical thing that he's in charge of. But it's more.
What about that wizard fight then? In movies.
The wizard fight where he's an expert in making people levitate and spin.
I can levitate and spin.
He's the fidget spinner.
The fidget spinner.
The wizard of this fidget spinner.
You gotta make that
human fidget spinners.
Oh jeez.
Oh Mel,
that's gonna be the next Saw movie.
You gotta draw that now.
I gotta draw that now.
I think Saruman is like the white represents he's supposed to be like pure, because then as it goes on, he goes from Saruman the White to Saruman the Many Colored, as in like his soul's kind of been tainted because he's been drawn to evil.
Yeah,
multiculturalism.
We're gay.
And then you had all the stuff about the
that'd be sore ass the pink. I'm gonna get hate for that one. Sorry, I apologize.
But even better is that the whole aftermath of the whole Lord of the Rings, you had the scouring of the Shire, and then you had all that. They're gonna say skip that.
Oh God, no! The fucking when they got back to the Shire, I wish they'd included that in the movie. Actually, that would be the one thing I'd change, because like it's fucked over. Like it used to be green and full of trees, and everyone was happy, and then they get back to the Shire after everything. It's been all industrialized, and all the trees have been cut down, and they're like, "What the fuck happened?" And it turns out that Saruman had actually taken it over.
Sour man.
He is sour man.
And then fucking
the light stands.
And then what's his name? Wormtongue. He fucking slits fucking Saruman's throat in front of everyone, and like it's fucking brutal.
Yeah, but I think I think it was smart to do so, because it was like after that huge victory. Spoiler warning, they tossed the ring into the fire, the fire of the volcano and such. But yeah, that was they needed to say, okay, everything's back to normal. The Grey Havens, even though, funny enough, I saw this movie back in 2003, and I was like, okay, when the first ending, I was like, and I got up, I was like, there's another ending. Okay, another one. Okay, and I'm like, another. Okay, Peter. Okay, and I was like, God dang it.
It's like watching a compilation of all of the Silent Hill endings or some shit.
But yet no dog. No one saying it was all because of a dog. I know UFO ending, which is sad.
Oh yeah,
Sad.
that would be the one where the fucking Bilbo comes down on a UFO and goes, Frodo, we need to go back in time to stop the ring from ever being made.
Quick, back to Uranus.
But even better is how do you, if they actually did all that stuff is, well, in the books, actually, funny enough, they had like a mini adventures of like Gimli and I think who was the elf that Legolas, them just going out and hunting orcs. And then after he dies, he goes with them to Grey Havens and such.
Here, hon.
So unless they want to do something like that, that'd be nice. But
that's something else the Hobbit ruined, because like the whole thing with elves and dwarves is that they were supposed to hate each other, and Legolas and Gimli were like the first people of both, the first people of both their races to like become best friends, sort of thing. So
I never thought I'd spend time with die one of a.
It'd be kind of like the British and the French coming together to battle the Germans.
Well, no, that was beautiful to see. But then you get the Hobbit, where the lady elf that they just made up falls in love with one of the dwarves, and it's like, well, that ruins what happens with Legolas and Gimli.
Well, that's why I just say the Hobbit was non-canon. Just say that.
Yeah.
But I wish one thing of Warner Brothers wish was non-canon, the Justice League box office.
Oh, here it comes, Justice League.
No.
I was waiting for that.
Everyone is waiting for Duke to talk about Justice League.
I actually saw The Family on Friday, actually. Pretty good. Wasn't the best thing ever, but I enjoyed it. It did well this weekend, so I think it'll be just fine. It's not like it's going to destroy Warner Brothers, as some people are saying it's going to destroy Warner Brothers. Like, no. Warner Brothers had like It, that made a ton of money. Wonder Woman, Dunkirk, if you want to go back to that whole British, that thing, that's going to probably win money. In fact, I hear rumors that that's going to go into some good stuff with Golden Globes, and also Wonder Woman too. Because I keep hearing rumors that Wonder Woman might be going for Best Picture in the Oscars.
Really?
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Why?
Has there ever been a superhero movie that's been nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars?
I mean,
Because it has a
Dark
woman as
Knight
the
should
lead,
have come
probably.
close.
Yeah, I honestly think the 1979 Superman should have got it, but we have fantasy ones win before. You have Peter Jackson and Lord of the Rings, and that was well deserved. Because I think that was probably one of the best high-crafted fantasy stuff out there. And that would actually be pretty cool. If Wonder Woman being nominated, and not only being nominated, but actually winning, would actually be a biggest feat of a superhero movie. And this would be like truly a like welcoming thing. That would say that we truly accepted that the superhero genre is not this silly thing here. It's finally accepted as a true medium of film. Like
would it be nominated just because it's Wonder Woman? Gets a political slant to it.
Yeah, but probably. But Hollywood needs some good PR. But if it does win,
yeah, we're pro women. We swear, just not the people who run the company.
Yeah, but as a statement thing, as comic book movies and such, would that be validation, or would it be like a hollow victory?
I don't think anyone would care. No one cares about the Oscars these days anyway.
Yeah, but
especially since it's just a bunch of people just patting themselves on the back and then talking about how great they are.
It's a circle.
I know, but as a statement, that's saying like, oh, these comic book films are just a waste of time. They're not as good as say war films, drama films, this, that, the other. Would it be like say the old guard saying, okay, you know what, you guys, comic guys, you're welcome into the fold? Or something like that. Would it actually be a nice little barrier drop? In my eyes.
I think the box office is more than enough validated comic book movies need.
I think if I was in charge of Warner Brothers, I'd just fucking reboot the whole DC universe, especially since especially since Ben Affleck and his whole sex scandal thing, I'd just be like, you know what, fuck
But
it.
man,
if Wonder Woman gets an Oscar or something like that for Best Picture, then what do you do?
I'd probably reboot it, but keep the same Wonder Woman and keep that as part of the universe. If there was a way to do that, but I mean,
Hey, the Hulk. They did the same thing with the Hulk.
Yeah, I mean, they've just made stupid fucking decisions. Like, I don't even know why the guy who plays the Flash in the Justice
Zack Snyder.
The guy who plays
I like
the Flash.
Snyder.
The guy who plays the Flash in the Justice League movie. Like, why is he playing him? Why is the guy who plays the Flash in the very successful
multiverse, DC multiverse, and secondly, that dude should have been. They should just call him Wally West. Would have been better. And he's trying so hard to be like Spider-Man, but he's not Spider-Man. And he tried to make him.
I don't know, man. The guy who plays Flash in the movie is kind of cringy.
So-called weakest character. I like him. Jason Momoa is actually pretty fun. He's fun. He's actually, actually just really charismatic. And I'm like, man, I really want to root. This dude. I can't wait to see the Aquaman movie when it comes out.
I think they tried very hard to make that the case because it's fucking Aquaman. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and and even still, guess what about Aquaman that I really, really like about Aquaman? Like Black Manta. Since we were talking about talking about hoteps and everything else, he is actually in the DC Comics, the Aquaman villains, he's pretty much he's basically a hotep.
Oh, oops.
I don't know much about Aquaman, let alone the villains. I've heard of Black Manta, but
he is. Let's see. He is supposedly here it is from Wikipedia. So
that trusted source.
Yes, alternative of his origin story was that he was an autistic orphan placed in the Gotham City's Arkham Asylum because that's what we're gonna do with autistic. Bring him to the same place where Joker.
What's wrong with him? What's wrong with him? Autism. All right, let's stick him in the thing with fucking highly dangerous criminals.
Still better than being aborted.
This is. He said he felt comfortable freezing cold water, but cotton seeds is excruciating painful. Because the attendants Arkham did not know what to do, did not know how to deal with autism, they will end up restraining him to the bed as he struggled and screamed while all this stuff. And then one treatment to clear the boy's head was basically some experimental treatments that was supposed to make him feel better, but yet he went crazy and killed the scientist that administered the treatment and escaped from Arkham. Because at this point, who hasn't escaped from Arkham at this point? Has a rotating.
Yeah.
And I'm like, really? At this point, I'm like, why can't Batman sit there? I'm like, I really should get that thing checked.
Just shoot him, Batman.
Yeah, I know, right?
Thomas Wayne.
I think Gotham will look the other way.
Yep. He is. And you know why he does this? And the reason why he goes to Black Manta and everything else, the reason why is because supposedly he's like, I'm doing this to save my people and everything else. And then he realized that, he wasn't. It was just, it was all a lie. He's like, it was a real Black Manta was actually whose stated objective was at one point was for Black people to dominate the ocean. I'm not kidding. This is actually says that Black people should have ruled oceans and Atlantis.
Really?
Okay.
So at this point, maybe B.o.B is right and just saying it was that slave ships didn't even.
That's why there were no slave ships. They just swam.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Black people are from Atlantis. And now I'm thinking that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen, and that's going to be and if that happens, that will be the death knell of the DC movie universe right there. They actually put that in the movie. Like, actually, Black people are not really human; they're Atlantean.
They just need to sort out their villains. I mean,
well,
I want to see another movie with this Joker, and apparently there's another Joker movie coming out with a different guy playing him.
I don't care for that Joker. I don't care for Lex Luthor. No, it's Luthor.
Lex Luger, yeah.
No.
A champion, not champion.
No, I would Lex Luthor, who is this little mean type of internet troll and such, which that's what he is. He's just trying. He's this like he's trying so hard to be a memeing like something from 4chan, but he's not funny or interesting. That's what he is. I don't know why Jesse Eisenberg has to play that. I wish they could just got Bryan Cranston, because if he would have got Bryan Cranston, that would have been just amazing. I mean, people would have probably turned around if Bryan Cranston was the one doing that type of stuff. Batman v Superman. They'd be like, you know what? I can roll with that.
I guess they were trying so hard to make it something different that they just fucked it, because it's like, okay,
yeah,
this guy's not Lex Luthor.
But then again, that was the bonus credit scene. Him and Deathstroke, who I'm happy they're trying to transition to a Batman.
I don't know.
Did this contract where he had, sexual relations with an underage girl. Oh, that would have been a little too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially in these days.
I am looking forward again.
Because I don't want to have him I don't want the dude Deathstroke basically be like be able to be Harvey Weinstein or something. You never know.
It wouldn't be Deathstroke, it would be Cockstroke.
Honestly, I think if they're just starting the DC universe, I still think they should have gone with a younger Batman.
That's true. Who would you play as young Batman, though? Personally, I still think we should have had a year one Batman, personally. Not like Batman Begins, which is something like that. No, a true version of a young Batman year one.
You didn't need to do another origin story, per se. You just had to, have a fucking one that doesn't look like he's about to go into the old folks' home. Ben
Affleck is not that old, but, just have Jake... have Jake Gyllenhaal, because I think he's doing some good stuff. I heard that Blade Runner was decent, so I might have to go check that out, which is I haven't ever seen the first one either. I have seen bits and pieces of the first Blade Runner, but I'll probably see that, and having the sequel, which is, to me, I'm like, why make a sequel of Blade Runner? It's like one of the most unnecessary things since a remake of the seventh what was it, the
Seven Samurai?
Not the Seven Samurai, but what was the Western version of that?
Oh, the Magnificent Seven.
Yeah, that. Which is, I don't know. But yeah, honestly, I'm looking at all this stuff. It is like I said, I'm not worried for Warner Brothers. I think they're gonna be just fine. And if Wonder Woman does win Best Picture, like I said, you think this would probably be impetus to have Marvel to say, okay, we need to get our stuff together? Because, Suicide Squad got an Oscar. They're probably like, but if Wonder Woman gets them, they're like, okay, we might get box office, but they're actually getting awards. They're getting Oscars. So we got,
Yeah, I don't know whether or not that was deserved is debatable, to be honest.
But hey, Suicide Squad, I gave the nod to Suicide Squad anyway because they actually have practical effects, not CGI stuff, which I actually like Killer Croc with its CGI, not non-CGI effects, which is I appreciate that. Because Lord knows how many times you see big old CGI monster, which is Stephen Wolf or Thanos or anything else, who is basically one of the biggest it is funny. Before I head out, before I just took over the show, I'm sorry. But before I leave, it's amazing how Thanos, this big guy, this big, imposing person, this is going to be the one that calls the end of all things in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's basically just one person with the biggest set of blue balls ever. He is. He has all this because he wants Death to bang him.
Well, why not? Why not? Harvey Weinstein managed to take down most of Hollywood because he has blue balls, and a couple of houseplants.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But exactly. So I'm like, and that's why I can't get it out of my mind that this dude Thanos, this supposedly badass, who's like right up there with Darkseid, is just this one big blue. He's a cuck. That's what he is. He is a cuck. Dan Darkseid.
Oh my God, the mid-towns were right.
Yes, that should be the name of this live stream. Thanos is a cuck.
Wait, so does that mean
Beautiful.
Does that mean that in order to defeat him, they need to do something about feminism?
Probably.
Yes. You never see Darkseid act like this though. Darkseid wouldn't do all this stuff for like, he want the anti-life equation. That's it. That's it. He's like, I'm not. I'll sit on your couch and chill, but I ain't doing this for pussy.
But no, I have no doubt that Warner Brothers will make money with the DCEU. It's just whether or not the quality of the movies are really good.
I think they'll be just fine. I mean, Jeff Johns is now heading the shop, and hey, he somehow fixed the Green Lantern series in the comic books, and he doing some really good stuff with Rebirth, Doomsday Clock, otherwise, because they brought back Rorschach and now he's Black.
The superhero franchise that makes no sense the longer you think about it.
Yeah. But hey, maybe, you know what? That's what he's doing. So he did a good job with Rebirth, which I will probably start reading some of it. I'll probably start reading some of Rebirth after, because I read the trades for the most part, because I don't do monthly comic book series. I'm like, okay, let me after the story's finished. So when Doomsday Clock is finished, I'm gonna go and probably buy it. That's just me. Anyways, nice talking to y'all and everyone. So Lydia and all those that just joined in and everything. I want to say thank y'all for participating in this long conversation. One-sided conversation.
No, that's fine. It's good. It's good when you talk.
Yes.
But we'll let you go and cycle in some other people.
All right. Peace out, everyone.
Later, dude.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
And then we'll let Kit Kat go too.
Okay.
Sorry, Kit Kat.
Yeah, she's slowly dying. She needs to recuperate. She needs to get away from us.
Yeah.
And was there anything else you wanted to add, Dust? Because you didn't get a chance to talk. So is there anything you want to talk about?
Nothing really, nothing important.
Oh, all right.
You just hear to listen.
Well, that's what the channel is for.
Although I would just say, just on the whole Adpocalypse 2 thing, if you want to check the Discord and the general chat, I posted a picture a few hours ago that I screen capped. It's basically search results for a particular phrase.
Oh,
not that far back.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw everyone on Twitter freaking out about it too.
Here, YouTube.
Yeah.
If you type in how to have on the YouTube search bar, it automatically returns as how to have sex with kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, YouTube. Just digging yourselves in deeper.
Cheshire Cat Studios demonetized.
Yeah.
But apparently pedophilia content is okay.
No. I'm not cool with that.
I remember seeing a fucking video. I remember seeing a fucking video about some woman who she was giving tips about how to have sex with dogs.
Oh,
Yeah.
the bestiality lady.
And then the thing is as well, there are actual pedophiles on YouTube who upload videos about I don't know, the fucking shit that they get up to and the logistics of it and why it shouldn't be illegal. And then people point them out on Twitter and go, this is disgusting, what the fuck? And then people comment on their posts and say, why are you pedo bashing? And it's like, fucking, if I could bash one type of person, that would be it.
Sorry, but there should be no such thing as pedo bashing.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Unless they're just getting their ass kicked in fucking prison.
Shit like that is the reason why the LGBT whatever plus movement received so much backlash in the first place. Because, okay, aside from the fact that yes, STDs, STIs, whatever, travel faster between male lovers than couples. For decades, especially after World War II, if you were homosexual, societally, kids.
Yeah, that's stigma.
Yeah, which is why people were so angry with Kevin Spacey when the 14-year-old came out and accused him of sexual harassment. He was like, yeah, but you know what? I'm gay. And it's like, you motherfucker, don't associate you being homosexual.
No,
I would just slap him for that.
It happened when he was 14, but the guy's like 40 something now.
Yeah. But I mean, it is disgusting.
Hide under the rainbow. That was the best.
Hide under the rainbow.
Yeah, that was the best.
Like he's a fucking leprechaun trying to hide gold or something.
It was almost like he was trying to play the race card, but it was the gay card. You know what's creepy is I actually went to see Kevin Spacey in a one-man play in London. He owns a theatre. Well, he used to own a theatre in London called the Old Vic, and he used to direct all the plays there, I think. And he was in a one-man show there called it was called Clarence Darrow, where he plays obviously Clarence Darrow. And he was great in it. And now every time I think about it, I just think, God, I watched a paedophile perform for 2 hours.
What can you do?
I should have like Rotten Tomatoes to promote him or some shit.
You okay, Jacob?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just around with the shit on my desk.
He's just hammering nails while he's talking to us.
Yeah.
Building a shelf.
Oh, goodbye.
So Queensland had a state election recently. If anyone wants to hear about that.
Oh God, no! Why would you want to
Was
hear? I'm
that,
joking.
was that the gay marriage thing?
No, that was earlier. This is a state election. Just a usual thing that happens every so often.
Are the frogs getting in Australia too?
No, a lot of cane toads though. I don't know if they're turning gay, but who knows?
Wow, Nat lost the draw on that one, didn't you?
No, we introduced them, so British people introduced them, so that was. We introduced them to get rid of cane beetles, but turns out they're a little too. They weren't that effective at it because we're still getting them, and they just bred ferociously.
Is that the inspiration for the? Remember that Simpsons episode where they go to Australia and he brings that
the bullfrogs?
Yeah.
That may be. I'm not sure.
Well, I know back in the 90s, didn't Australia actually have like a problem with bullfrogs? I feel sure that was an issue.
No, I've only heard of cane toads. Cane toads and rabbits.
Huh.
And dingoes are kind of a pest too, apparently.
Yeah, but they're indigenous, so.
You cut out there for a second.
Could you imagine being that fucking woman and seeing your baby being taken by a fucking dingo? and then telling everyone and being like, no, seriously. And they're like, yeah, all right, fucking crazy. What did you do to the girl? And you're like, fucking dingo.
Urban legend.
No, they found, like, I think it was like a couple of years ago, they found a dingo cave that had the baby's clothes in it. Like, the tattered clothes that the baby was wearing. So
yeah,
she was telling the truth. She was telling the truth. The whole time.
Fucking Anthony Hopkins in Guru Jack. They're gonna get me like they got that baby.
Let me see if I can find the article, because I swear to God.
Yeah, it sounds plausible. The desert out here is just vicious. Everything out here is
you
vicious.
mean the desert, the one section of the Australian desert that is basically a giant dust covering for a bottomless pit, and if you walk on the wrong part, you just plummet.
Not exactly, but there is nothing out there. Basically, you have the East Coast, and then there's just nothing. You get a few towns here and there because there's mines cropping up all over the place because it's full of natural resources. But aside from that, not much.
Death
of Azaria Chamberlain.
So apparently this wasn't recently. This was in 1986. But here's the article.
Oh yeah, no, it's
The one that I got is 1980.
I know it. It's a famous story, but yeah, it's.
Yeah, they found English tourist David Brett felt his death from Uluru. During an evening climb, because of the vast size of the rock and the scrubby nature of the surrounding terrain, it was 8 days before his remains were discovered. And below where he had lost his footing, there was an area full of dingo lairs. As police searched the area looking for missing bones that might have been carried off by dingoes, they discovered a small item of clothing, and it was quickly identified as the crucial missing piece of evidence from the case. And it was the baby's missing maternity jacket. So, he was telling the truth the whole time.
On the subject of climbing Uluru, you can't do that anymore.
Because it's dangerous.
No,
Hey,
the tradition.
Baby with you while you go rock climbing.
No, the traditional owners said no.
Well, if there's a fucking bunch of dingo nests under there, then I can see the reasoning. Speaking of Australia, we watched a film recently called Lake Mungo, Australian film. It was really good. It was like a mockumentary about this one teenage girl and her death, and like the family are being interviewed and stuff, and like weird things.
Can't say I've heard of it.
It's really good. I think it was a low budget film, but it's really good. You should look it up.
Probably why I haven't heard of it, but yeah, I'll have a look at it.
I remember my dad saying, if a film comes out in Australia, it's probably a good one.
I don't know. We get a lot of your rubbish. So, or not. No, sorry, not yours. The American stuff. Laughing Man.
Our shit.
Yes, your shit.
Represent. Whoop whoop.
Yeah. Well. I don't apologize for anything.
I'd like to begin with a 4-part apology.
No, apparently the TV in Australia is fucking atrocious, but a lot of the movies are really good.
Yeah, because it's mostly American stuff.
Hey.
Yeah. I can get the NFL out here, so that's good. As if anyone here cares.
Nobody does.
Oh, even the Americans care.
Oh, boy.
So I will say, it's a sign of the times when the fucking Vikings are one of the best goddamn
Yes.
teams in the league.
Yes. And the Rams. Oh, boy.
What was that? What was that dig against the Jaguars earlier? I missed it.
Oh, something about Garden of Eden being in Jacksonville or something. I just made the mention that they still can't win a football game.
Yeah.
Although this season they seem to be doing all right.
Where? Oh no, I don't follow sports very closely. So
I seem to be the only one who does.
I don't understand the foosball.
The hand egg.
Can you hear me?
Hey, Fubu's back.
Ah! Excellent.
Hey.
Good.
Look who decided to show up.
Well, I'm sorry.
Really dropping the ball, Fubu.
Like, suddenly I couldn't hear anything anymore. It's like, well, can you guys hear me? And nothing. It's like, oh no. Here we go.
Fubu, you broke it.
Sorry.
You broke everything.
You ruined the stream, damn it.
Oh,
Broke the stream.
I can leave if you want.
No.
Just
Nah,
take
you're
me
here.
with me.
Might as well have you here.
Oh, thank you.
Hang on, why am I saying anything? This is your stream, Laughing Man.
Well, I'm
Most of the money that we're giving him is going to her, so.
Yeah, pretty much. Everything that we earn goes to Mel for more stuff to look cool.
Yeah.
Christina Phoenix is saying, Fubu, stay! Apparently she wants to talk to you.
Well, I'm here.
Finally. I'm gonna let Dust go, and we're going to cycle in Luki, and I'm not hearing a whole lot from Lydia.
Oh, sorry.
Hi.
Nervous.
New person.
Usually quiet.
Hi, Lydia.
Don't be nervous. You know, all dozens of people are probably looking at you because these get so many views.
All 12 people are listening.
Hey, man, it's a surreal experience talking to you guys for the first time.
And then you realize what big cunts we are, and you're like, oh, all right, I'll put another $1 in the basket and deal with this shit. But anyways, I'm going to let Dust go, and I'm going to focus on Jacob and Lydia, and I'll bring Luke B in a bit.
All right, I got a couple of topics I can
later, dude.
Chat about.
Later.
See ya.
Bye. Sorry, late reaction. I'm chewing right now.
If I can get my fucking phone to work, that would be wonderful.
And there he goes. He's disappeared. Let's see. I have a flip phone. If I close it, maybe it'll work.
Gone. Dude, I love flip phones. They're fun.
I saw this advertisement for these really, really hard Nokia phones. If I throw it across the room, it'll
break the wall.
You guys are hilarious. You should do stand up.
I know we should have our own YouTube channel, right?
Uh-huh.
I know, right?
No.
Totally.
Maybe like 3 or 4 people might actually listen.
Okay,
then,
since I've been watching you, my comedy's improved.
Oh wow!
Oh no!
And then my family thinks I'm funny.
No, you have to double check and make sure you're actually watching us, because that doesn't happen. All it does is get you like doxxed and shit.
Yeah, but while I'm searching around for the bullshit article that I found, I'd like to plug our own Hidden, because she did up the lovely little icon that I have now.
I was going to ask where'd Hidden go? She was here a few minutes ago, and now she's like not here.
No, she had plans tonight.
Oh, sorry, Hidden.
Sorry, Hidden.
Yeah, this cheeky cunt is Ty. He's from one of the stories that.
I thought you meant Hidden. This cheeky cunt.
Well, she as well. But yeah, this is Ty. He's from a story that I'm writing that Hidden took a look over because I needed a second pair of eyes to go over it. And she was just like, "Is it all right if I draw Ty?" I was like, "Sure, have at it."
Not fun.
Oh, she gotta stop drawing all this art, otherwise we might have to kick out Mel and bring in Hidden.
No.
Joking.
I see where I'm wanted, or not.
But save a lot of money.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, speaking of which,
you guys want to follow her on TV? I got her. I think I might watch. I think I've got a hot link to my watch list in my bookmarks here that I can find. Anyway,
your mothership is calling you in the background.
Yeah.
Answer that.
Anyway, so a couple of things that happened today. First, I wanted to see Murder on the Orient Express.
Oh God.
Oh, is that I remember seeing the trailer for that.
I saw the trailer for that, and I was like really getting into it, and I was like, oh God, this looks really good. And then it fucking panned out to show Kenneth Branagh as Poirot and the fucking mustache, man.
Have you seen the original Poirot mustache that Agatha Christie drew?
No.
They're pencil thin, and they like where that dip in your lip goes, it curls out and it comes back around to touch the nostrils. It is Hercule Poirot's mustache has always been weird. But no, I went and saw it. I thought it was fantastic.
I'm gonna see the original film years ago.
The one in the 60s, the 50s, 60s.
I think it was the 60s, yeah.
The Godfather of suspense made it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I thought the mustache on Kenneth Branagh was hilarious. I swear to God, it didn't even match his hair. His mustache was grey, and then his hair was kind of his normal ginger-y type.
God damn those gingers.
I know, right? Assholes.
What the fuck do they think they're doing running around not having souls?
I mean, come on. Other people who are ginger and tried to pass it off as being strawberry blonde. It's like, no, mate, you're ginger.
No, I think you guys. I do recommend it. It was very well. It was it's a Kenneth Branagh movie. It was, of course, it was well done.
Ooh, wait, what? What'd you say?
Express. It's a Kenneth Branagh movie. So he wrote. Well, he didn't write it.
Yeah, I think Agatha Christie wrote that.
Yeah, I guess he wrote the book, Nat, but somebody else adapted it.
Yeah, because I don't think Agatha Christie's alive anymore.
Do you know Agatha?
Yeah, she's just a little busy being dead right now.
Do you know Agatha Christie went missing for a while, and when she came, was found, she couldn't remember where she'd been. I swear to God, she went missing for. I remember. Do you know how I know this? Is because it was in a Doctor Who.
She pulled Da Vinci.
Hang on.
Disappeared for like 12 years, and it's just like, oh, I was flying.
She went missing for 11 days, and I don't think she didn't remember where she'd been for 11 days.
Anyway, okay, I'm giving up on finding this article, but it's basically
Bummer.
like, I don't know how well versed you guys are in how well versed you guys are in Depression era American history, but there's a turn in if you're at all familiar with the story of A Murder on the Orient Express, but there is a very dark turn in the movie that kind of sets up everything, and it was a very emotional kind of, emotional for me. I'm not sure for anybody else because I wear my heart on my sleeve. I have a badge for it and everything.
I might not have gotten far enough in that book.
Sorry, what'd you say?
I might not have gotten far enough in the book to reach an emotional peak. It seemed to get more and more boring.
It says, so she was missing for 11 days, prompted a nationwide search, and the tabloids were going crazy. They got Sir Arthur Conan Doyle and a bunch of other famous mystery writers to try and coax her out of wherever she was hiding. They found her car abandoned, but no sign of her body. And then 11 days later, they found her in a hotel. She was unable to provide any clues as to what happened. She remembered nothing, only that she had gone to the hotel with no luggage and used the name Teresa Neal, which was the name of her husband's mistress.
Oh, wow.
So it's like, what the fuck happened?
Sounds like somebody had a 10-day orgy.
I know, right?
Yeah. Then you just say you didn't remember anything. Problem solved.
They think she may have crashed her car and had a temporary
concussion.
amnesia.
Tried to crash her car into the husband's mistress.
Yeah.
Missed and hit a tree instead.
Or she had a concussion that really fucked with her. The personality is in the frontal lobe, so yeah, it fucked with her frontal lobes.
Yeah.
But then why would she?
Brothers are in football. It happened to them a couple
But then why would she use the name of her husband's mistress? You know, it's weird. You know what I mean?
She has split personality.
Fine.
She had a split personality. She was the husband's mistress. She swore she'd kill the bitch and didn't just try to, run herself off the road.
I like my theory more.
Yeah.
Your theory sucks.
Well, that's what I have to say about that.
You guys know who Charles Lindbergh is?
Yes, the Lindbergh baby. And also the guy who flew across the Atlantic.
Okay. Well, if I'm remembering right from the documentary that I watched on it, back in, I think it was in May when the first trailer dropped. But I watched a documentary on the book, and it was partially inspired by the Lindbergh baby case.
Well, yeah. Wasn't like the murder victim the kidnapper of the Lindbergh baby? Don't worry, that's not important.
Nobody.
Yes.
I thought no one ever knew who the kidnapper was.
Oh, it was Lindbergh himself.
That's
Well,
why.
people speculate that. Because Chuck were the Nazi Party, and he was a staunch supporter of was it eugenics?
Hmm.
And his son was kind of sickly. But instead of doing what for his son, what Teddy Roosevelt's father did with him, he just decided to wash his hands of him.
So it's kind of like a Changeling, the movie with George C. Scott.
Or the episode of what's it called, Lore?
Oh yeah, the lore episode.
Didn't they talk about Roosevelt's one of Roosevelt's kids in that? She had something wrong with her, so they tried electroshock therapy on her, but it just made her worse.
That was one of the Kennedys.
Was it?
That was like John F. Kennedy's sister.
I knew it was a president. I couldn't remember which one.
Yeah, John F. Kennedy's sister.
Anyway, very good movie. I recommend it. It's from I want to say it was on Kotaku or something of questionable merit like that. But the director of Blade Runner 2049 did this long interview about the trick in Blade Runner 2049. And I'm looking at this headline just like, gee, women that are overly sexualized and oppressed in a setting in which commercialism and capitalism are held to higher standards than most religions. Gee, who'd have fucking thought? I mean, you guys touched on Shadowrun. I don't think anybody really has a good idea what Shadowrun is, because you're nowhere near the level of nerd that I am.
Yeah, and I know it.
But like, hang on, I've got the old tag written down here, but like the original pitch for Shadowrun in the 80s was that C4 corporations are more powerful than some governments, and a dragon was almost president. Also, the magic is back.
Well, I vote for a dragon for president, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, right.
Oh, yeah.
Dragons are awesome.
I thought we already did.
No,
Big
not
guy.
dragon was gold.
No, we put an asshole in charge.
Not in Shadowrun. They are like, imagine. Let's see. I think there were 12. I think now there's 8. Imagine 8 Cersei Lannisters that are all immortal, and may not be fucking their brother.
Well, the dragons.
Yeah, they're all twisted immortal fucking psychopaths. It's just that some of them are good, but they're still psychopaths.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Shadowrun.
And like, I don't know, if you guys are really into like cyberpunk, definitely give Shadowrun a look, because it's a fantastic world setting.
Which Shadowrun game is like SNES, or is it like the newer stuff, or what?
The original Shadowrun is a tabletop RPG, which is what I play.
I played one of the video games.
Yeah, like I said, I am apex nerd amongst you freaks.
Hey, I'm a classic, version 5 D&D all the time. And I should tell you about this new video game I'm playing. Right.
Version 5. 5th edition is not classic D&D. D&D is classic D&D.
All right, that's fair.
Oh, we have a nerd off.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Ding ding, round 1.
All right, guys, here we go. Meatbox.
Stop what you're doing.
All right. So I'm playing this new VR game, and it's essentially a dating simulator where you date a 12-year-old or a 14-year-old anime girl with
Isn't
so
that
many.
all of them?
I always assume like at least half of them are over 60.
Yeah. Right. Well,
Sure.
What's
really
it
depends.
called? Wilkinson says Asians, they age horribly overnight like a peach.
Well, Japan getting back the term the Christmas cake.
Wow. You guys are
It's
horrible.
like,
Yeah,
is she 50? Is she 15? You don't know.
Now you don't know. You just assume she's
She could be
probably
3,000
18,
years old.
but looks 12. You know.
No, Asians age really well, but then like when they do start to age, they age hard.
Jesus Christ. I'm not adding this to the description of the video.
No, I honestly think
Aging.
I honestly think it's because well, the Asian diet is like the healthiest in the world. Like Japanese, they have the best diet. Maybe it's because of like all the oils they eat, and it keeps the skin nice and tight and less wrinkles.
What else is tight?
Well,
Sorry.
Well,
We
that
would
was
go there, but maybe in a private conversation.
Yeah.
but no, I love Asian people. Asian people are fun.
Oh yeah.
Asian people.
Asian people fun. Asian
Well,
people fun.
The East Asian people, they're just amazed by everything. When I went to Japan, just everything we said, the lady at the hotel desk was like, like it was ridiculous. People were like, oh, we need the timetable because we wanted to get the bus to this place. And she went, oh, and it's like, all right.
Oh, she's doing that because she didn't understand what you're saying.
No, she understood. She spoke.
You have to talk slower and louder.
No, that's how people need to talk with me.
Your own
No.
family.
What? What did you say?
He's selling chocolate.
Sweet. I always hated it. That's me in 5 years.
That doesn't know what we're talking about because doesn't watch SpongeBob.
You're right, I don't.
Yeah, sorry.
Hello, young lady. Is your mother home?
Mom!
Like too much older ladies in the house. It's like, oh gosh.
I made Matt watch the episode of SpongeBob where Gary runs away, and he thought it was stupid, and he didn't like it. And I was like, how could you?
Because of SpongeBob.
It was
Well, you
sad.
see, Matt's a terrible fucking person, but he doesn't hide this attribute very well, so we'll forgive him.
How could you not cry when Gary ran away?
It's a fucking snail. Why do I care?
Because it's like if your dog ran away.
It's not a dog.
No, but in the SpongeBob universe, snails are equivalent to cats, which is why they meow.
Snails are cat. What are you talking about?
In SpongeBob, snails are cats and worms are dogs.
Yes.
wow. You just blew my mind.
I know, man. Welcome to the 21st century, man.
Who watches SpongeBob?
What? Did you not have a childhood?
Yeah, but I was watching anime,
No.
downloading stuff illegally off the internet. I don't have time for no SpongeBob.
SpongeBob's great.
I will admit, I love the movies. Like every SpongeBob movie they've done.
Oh my god, my mom and dad bought me me and my brother, the SpongeBob movie one Christmas, and we put it on and watched it, and they were laughing more than we were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you a goofy goober?
I'm a goofy goober. There.
In
So what-
2001, apparently I'm reading this off of Twitter, it just came up. In 2001, Saudi Arabia banned Pokemon for promoting Zionism.
What? Okay, we need to nuke the Middle East. It's the only solution now.
Well, we've been saying that for years.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, people, wake up.
Wonder how they were how they reacted to Tepig.
Wait till they read Tolkien.
Yeah. Yeah, how are you?
Lydia.
Good. Oh, sorry. Good. Cat's good.
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 Love your avatar.
So what's up next? Now we've established that we're all good.
I was gonna make a joke about Ben Affleck needing his own 3D preteen waifu, but
Was he
Yeah,
married?
whatever.
I've just heard about this, but I can't get anything solid.
Ben
Hmm?
Affleck, him and Matt Damon apparently the news about Harvey Weinstein was going to break. Like, this journalist had all this information about him, was going to publish it years ago. But Ben Affleck and Matt Damon called them up and was like, "Don't release that information." And then also afterwards, it came out that there was like a video clip of him from about fucking 10, 20 years ago, something like that. He's just like groping a woman's breast and things
Hey.
like that. Apparently, he's been accused of many indecent things.
well, innocent till proven guilty.
Well, I mean, there's video evidence of him grabbing the woman's boobs, but
Sure consent or a prearranged agreement to let her sign.
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. That was the bit. That was a bit. It was for Jersey Girl, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, no, that was a bit.
Besides,
Well,
Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, they were just following the bro code. You always have to say yes.
Well, George Takei actually came out and said that the allegations against him are true, which I kind of figured anyway, because like, didn't he come out a few years ago saying that he thought the relationships between like men and 14-year-old boys were okay? And then Salon published that story, and then as soon as Milo Yiannopoulos said it as well, they got rid of that story and were like, "Oh God, disgusting! How dare he?"
Because it was a hit.
Hmm.
I got my computer froze for a second.
Nah.
But
I
yeah,
don't know.
like, I don't know, man. People are
It
weird.
feels like a coincidence to me. Wasn't it like news sweeps week lately when all this news started breaking? I'm feeling a conspiracy.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be on Hollywood, I imagine. I mean, isn't like the news and Hollywood kind of in the same boat?
More or less.
Unless they're starting to cannibalize each other, which is fun to think of.
One hand puts money into the pocket of the other. Or no.
I did hear that someone.
One hand puts the penis in the other.
I heard that it was a conspiracy theory, and because all of these people are huge Democrats, the people who've been accused. So there was somebody was saying that either the allegations that get made against them were false to kind of discredit them and make them look stupid, and also to detract from all the accusations that Donald Trump has gotten. But it also could be that that's what Trump meant when he was saying "drain the swamp."
Basically cut off the funding to the Democrats by making Hollywood less credible.
Because it had so much credibility in the first place.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio flying around the world in his own private jet and going, "Oh, we need to do more to help me save the environment." And it's like, piss off, you twat.
But he's buying carbon credits.
Contraception in countries like India, China, and half the continent of Africa. Also, we need to stop producing so much livestock. That would be a great way to stop the environment.
I honestly think that a lot of the problems in Africa could just be solved with like proper sex education, like the spread of AIDS, sex education, having loads and loads of kids that you can't feed, sex education. Because I mean, like,
it's the same issue in India and China. They don't have any sex education. They don't.
Well, actually,
There's no content.
China's got a problem because they're going to have an aging population. There's not going to be enough young people to take care of all the old people.
Mm.
But the thing is with Africa is, I remember seeing an advert once, and it was like this woman, and the advert was saying, "Oh, this is Nabalundi or whatever," and you know, she doesn't have enough food to feed her 8 kids, and it's like, don't have fucking 8 kids then.
Yeah.
You know, if you're living on a farm and you need kids to kind of help around on the farm, that's fair enough. But she wasn't living in a farm. She was living in a little village, and you know, and I think the advert also said that her husband had left her or something like that, and it's like,
I wonder why.
Yeah, probably something to do with the 8 kids. And it's like, you know, just because I think the big thing as well is a lot of African countries are Christian, and the Pope obviously is saying that you shouldn't use condoms. So a lot of them just think, oh well, I don't want to be a sinner.
All right, here's what we should do.
Just the most amusing way.
We should get them all jobs. We can't rely on them to find jobs on their own. So us white folk need to waltz into Africa, take over the government.
This is gonna work great.
Even road.
Why does this sound like it's happening?
Refineries and mines, and send all the black folk to go get jobs, because we'll be job creators then. Poverty in Africa.
I think a lot of it as well is just because there's a lot of land in Africa that's like just desert, and obviously with the weather getting warmer, there's just, you can't grow anything, and then there's no water.
And they don't have good infrastructure either, and poverty tends to cycle on itself.
Yeah, and then you got countries like Zimbabwe, which used to be like the fucking breadbasket of Africa, the #1 food producer. And Robert Mugabe got in power and exiled all the white farmers and gave them back to just random black people, not even black farmers who'd be able to do something with the land, but just random people. And then the lands just kind of went to shit, and now they're all starving because they've got people that own farms there, don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yep.
Anyways, I'm going to cycle in our last batch of people so we can get this thing wrapped up in under 3 hours.
Good call.
So I'm going to bring in.
We have world problems to solve.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, by making everything white. Yeah, let's just do that and see what happens.
Hey, the white guys have
Watch the world.
I'm just waiting. This is the video that's going to get like everything like turned on YouTube.
That's your solution to the problem, not ours.
Just like butt out. let them deal with their own shit. We'll deal with ours.
But there's trouble, Matt.
But it's not a problem.
Well, it kind of is.
No, we might be able to make money.
Hi, Kahuna.
We'll just charge them like big interest fees for all the help we're going to give them. And then after they're set up with like their own infrastructure and stuff, we can make money off them. Hello?
Sorry, I'm just looking at the long list of people here now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to let Luke and Jacob and Liddy hasn't really said a whole lot, so I'll let her stick around just a little bit longer.
Oh, cool.
So I'll let you guys go though, and we'll kind of get this thing wrapped up.
Okay.
All right.
See you later.
All right,
You're
later,
out.
dudes.
See you
Let's all
on
roll
the
time.
Who's
We have a newcomer.
Yeah, who's Metal Reptile MK2?
Apparently a Mortal Kombat fan. But anyways, holy crap, it's all women. Oh, except for He-Man. Sorry. I don't want to assume your gender, you know?
How dare you, sir? How dare you?
How dare I? Who's Metal Raptor MK2?
That's exactly what I just asked.
No, I'm just asking it again. Identify yourself. But anyways, so what's up, ladies and He-Wan?
Not much. I've been, I don't know, beating my head on the wall, drawing every day.
Still drawing those reverse shots of all the fan art. I'm like, oh, nice picture of the boobs, and I show the butt. You have to be a member of the Discord chat to the CCS, I guess, Rule 34 fan art Discord chat thing to see what I'm talking about. But
You mean the Pornhub?
Pornhub?
I mean, might as well be.
Yeah.
Porn.
I know. Undone's posting all this Legend of Zelda porn in there, and it's like, oh wow, I didn't know Princess Zelda could turn her head that way.
I believe the one below is Wonder Woman. I don't know.
I knew she could play the ocarina, but I didn't know she could play the skin flute.
Oh, Metal Reptile MK2 is hidden, I think.
Hidden. All right, cool. Now I know.
Oh, there it is. Now we know your secret account.
Ha We now know that you're apparently a reptile fan when you play Mortal Kombat 2.
Indeed.
That tells us everything about you.
Now we don't need to talk to you because we'd already know what you'd say.
Yep. You're just gonna fangirl about Mortal Kombat 2, and I'm probably the one who would care.
Yep.
But anyways, so what's up?
Well, according to Canadian police, you might just be a neo-Nazi if you listen to metal music.
Oh crap.
What?
Well, see Kyle then. I'm not giving up my Judas Priest.
All we have to do is just skin some Nazis.
Kuna Drake's mom came in and is like, "Who's a Nazi?"
I love Kahuna's moms. We always talk to us
Everybody.
when we're on call together, and it's hilarious.
She all of a sudden heard all this stuff about Z Kyle coming from her computer, and she burst into the door. Hi, Kahuna. How's it going? How's your mother?
She actually hated it like Mungo. She's like, do not let Matt choose a movie. I was like, shit. Damn, Mom.
Like Mungo was good.
Yeah.
This creepy. It's such a slow freaking burn. I loved it.
I think that was like her whole problem. But yeah, so their list is so stupid. It's like everything a normal teenager goes to. It's like if they have a lack interest in school.
I think at this point it's just whatever Justin Trudeau doesn't like makes you a Nazi.
Well, gee, he sounds like a social justice warrior, doesn't he?
They did knock off a bunch of neo-socialist black metal off of Spotify, so some people are up in arms against that as censorship. But it's like, hey, it's a company. They can do whatever they want with whatever bands they want to put on there or not.
Yeah, for the most part, I don't think any of the bands actually make any money on Spotify. It's kind of like when you're an artist or some type of I don't know, creator, and they always say, "Oh, I'm not going to pay you money. I'm hoping that you'll work for exposure."
Exposure.
You'll get exposure. It's like, yeah, but I can't eat exposure.
Yep.
Never worked for that.
Do it for the rest of your life, but sure. I mean, why not at that point?
And then that Truth Initiative, which is like the anti-tobacco group, wants like all video games that have any tobacco-related content to be rated M automatically, apparently. Because they think that smoking or any tobacco stuff in video games will just make kids want to smoke more.
So what? Make safe space for children against tobacco? Is what I'm hearing.
Well, it's just such a stupid thing to do. I mean, it's like when they also want to try like using technology to edit out like Humphrey Bogart smoking cigarettes in Casablanca. It's just so fucking dumb. It's I don't know. It's just a manic level of, oh my god, we got to protect children from exposure to tobacco, and it's like, yeah, sure, you know, it's not healthy, but still.
I remember seeing some portrayals of smoking in film and TV, the things that made me never want to smoke. Like fucking Marge's sisters in The Simpsons, growing up watching those two, and I was like, okay, yeah, I don't want to pick up a cigarette.
Yep.
It's like for kids.
But the examples that they showed were not really video games targeted towards kids, really, anyway. So it's like,
well, yeah, I mean, if you're gonna have, I'm guessing those games that have smoking in them also have people being shot in the face, right?
Well, that's not the problem, Natalie. We just gotta make sure kids don't smoke. Because I don't like when I go into a fucking restaurant and I smell smoke. It offends me. Fucking mental.
and then the marijuana market looking towards cryptocurrency to protect their making interest.
Ooh. Well, that just makes sense. Oh, by the way, did you guys see that Bitcoin was at like 9,600 last time I checked?
Yep.
Holy shit!
I was on mute this whole time.
Of course you were. I muted you.
But no, my
I'm
mic,
joking.
it was blinking. I was talking this whole time. Oh my goodness.
I was like, no one's listening to me.
The one time I actually get talkative, nothing happens.
Just for that, I'm not going to give them their fucking art commissions until next month.
How dare you all ignore me when I'm muted?
I'm sorry,
assholes.
Oh my god.
We love you still.
Oh gosh, how long has it been?
Ages.
That's been half an hour. Oh no.
She's now just talking to herself.
Oh no.
Like, wow, they just keep talking over me. I don't see why they're not listening to me at all.
She just used to us talking over her that she didn't even know anything was wrong.
Wow. Well, I just assumed you guys were talking about something more important. I was like, oh, okay. Well, let them finish this.
And we never let you finish. We never let you start.
Pretty much. Oh gosh. That's terrible.
Aw.
Keep talking. I feel bad now.
Speak.
Don't go quiet on my account. Say something.
Well, we can't hear you.
Screw you, Matt.
Did someone say something?
I just hear a bunch of obnoxious screeching. Well, before I change the topic.
What is happening with someone's microphone?
Yeah, something's popping and cracking.
I'm fine, I think.
Doesn't sound like it's my end.
Oh, let me check.
I still blame Mel.
Yeah, well, so mine was
she won't be able to contest it.
No. I'm probably going to have to agree with you on this one. I'll take the bullet. Just point and shoot and please don't miss.
That's what she tells her husband.
Oh, I don't mind if he misses.
Just don't get in my hair.
Oh, dude, I can just wash it out. No problem.
Oh no, it's the eyes you gotta worry about.
Yeah, it kind of hurts.
No, he aims for the mouth pretty good.
Good.
I'm not saying anything because I want to see where this conversation goes.
Oh,
I
you
can't
already
wait to
said
hear
something.
more of this.
Well, you already said something, so we gotta change the subject now. So
You realize, Mel, one day your kids are gonna be watching this back and be like, "Oh, look, our mother, isn't she so sweet?" And then they're gonna find this video, and they'll be like, "Oh my god."
one way or another, they're gonna find out that their mom is pretty dirty. They're like, Mom, why? I'm like, because I'm an adult. Deal with it.
Mommy,
Okay,
what is Daddy doing to you?
That entire thing. People, please don't call CPS on Nell. Because one way or another, my kids are gonna find out that I'm pretty dirty. They're gonna be like, "Mommy, what are you doing?"
What is all this artwork?
What are you looking up on YouTube? How to have what?
Mom, I'm going through your history and it's scary.
Mom, what's the stuff on your top of the page?
Mom, what's bestiality hentai?
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh, okay, we need to go back. We took a step too far. So
In the words of the Joker, and here we go.
No, I'm more into the tentacle thing, so don't worry.
Is this about the time when we bring up the Donald Duck anal rape video?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
3 minutes of pleasure.
Is that just going to be a thing now that we bring it up every single wildcards?
We might as well. Well, who's going to bring it up?
We just did.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, no one's going to share a link.
You're the one
Are we
who's
looking for the Donald Duck video now, or what are we doing?
Yeah.
I'm
You're the one
joking.
you're the one who's fucking obsessed with it.
Because it's funny seeing his little legs kicking in the air.
Wait, Lydia's new. Does she know what we're talking about?
Well, you better show her. Just go on YouTube and type up.
This
Go
is
on
for
YouTube.
education.
I just posted it.
YouTube. Type
Sign in to confirm your age. Oh my
Donald Duck.
gosh.
Anal rape for 3 minutes.
In the group chat.
Lydia, just click on the link and enjoy it.
Keep getting notifications for Discord, and it's just porn.
Porn.
Christina posted the link for it in the Google Hangouts chat.
Okay. This way.
Oh, this is it.
Man, that's hilarious. It's not actual real anal rape. You shouldn't have gotten your hopes up high.
This isn't Kenny's search history.
It's not. It has nothing to do with corkscrew penises. You don't see Donald Duck spinning like he's on a bar stool.
Oh, God.
No sign of Uncle Scrooge anywhere.
Dun, 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 dun,
On the next news.
That is terrible.
Latest celebrities being accused of sexual harassment. Scrooge McDuck.
Uncle Scrooge. Still can't look at him the same way again.
Uncle Scrooge, how could you?
Huey, Dewey, and Louie and Corey Feldman were having a long and heartfelt chat.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, God.
Please have a cookie.
I heard there was gold here. Oh, I see, Mr. Scrooge McDuck. Have a seat.
He's too powerful for us.
Have a seat right there. Have a seat.
Scrooge McDuck just gets up and buys NBC. This episode doesn't air.
I got it.
As spell inhaler. There we go.
So, anyways, on this project we're working on, I did a little bit of writing this weekend using the ink program. So it's turned out pretty good. In case anybody cares.
Well, I care.
Nobody cares.
I do.
Did you get the plugin?
Matt,
cool.
Matt, we're going to have a care circle.
I got the plugin working with Unity, but the as far as how to use Unity, I'm still kind of up in the air. So, but the plugin was easy enough. You just search for it in the new version of Unity.
Yep. I'm trying to get reacquainted.
Does it cost
with
anything?
No, it's free.
Oh, sweet. I just might have to pick myself up one.
Pick
If my
yourself-
computer doesn't
Pick
crash.
yourself up a Unity.
Get myself a Unity.
Mm-hmm.
While you're at the grocery
Ryan,
store, get
that's
yourself
all.
some of that Bitcoin too.
Yeah. No,
And
no,
maybe
thank you.
maybe some anime porn on the way out.
Ooh, yes,
well,
please.
that just goes without saying with Mel.
I could just get it all online for free. Huh?
Well, not with
Well,
not
you
with
know,
net
they say
neutrality.
the internet is for porn.
It's true.
Yeah, exactly.
Net neutrality. That's why you got to protest. You know, we want to keep your porn free.
Oh, definitely. Oh, excuse me.
No.
Rude.
But I'm trying to have good manners. Why won't you let me have good manners? You're British. That should be your number one focus on things in life.
You know, it's
You will
at
not be
night.
excused.
You assume too much.
Oh. Am I racist now? Did I assume too much from the British?
It's the post watershed, so we change.
Yeah.
In case anyone doesn't know what that is, basically it's a thing in the UK where if televisions aren't allowed to air programs with sex or swearing before 9 p.m, but after 9 p.m. you can air whatever the fuck you want.
Nice.
And that's why you don't need the FCC.
Like seriously, like even on the news it'll go from, and today there was an explosion in the Iraqi border, and then as soon as it hits 9, fucking hell, these fucking Muslims. Fucking scaremongerers.
Gosh dang it, I laughed too hard. That was awesome.
Lydia, I like the Oshwat on your shirt.
Thanks. Let's do it.
I couldn't
yeah,
Close
see
enough.
too little.
I always thought it was Oshwa, so I'm like, I'm typing in Oshwash, but I'm not finding anything. It's like, wait a minute.
The obscure middle evolution.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I call myself a Pokemon fan. I should be ashamed.
Well, you
For
should
some
be.
reason,
You should
I
be
thought
ashamed
you were-
if you are a Pokemon fan.
I thought you were gonna say. I thought you were gonna say, and I call myself a hooker. I was like, what?
Pardon me?
Someone's microphone's being weird again.
Your microphone, stop being weird.
Oh, it is.
Oh.
Just some scratchy
It's-
sound.
It's just a headset my boyfriend gave me.
Gotcha. That's why I gave it
It
to
likes
you.
to make
It's
noise,
not that
too.
great. Here you go, honey. Here's a headset. And I was gonna throw it away, but you might like it. We have sex.
He was like, I can't hear you. And I'm like, it's my internet. Headset will help. It's my internet. Because we live in West
It's
Virginia.
always the internet.
Blame it on
In
the
West
internet.
Virginia, no internet is good.
Holy shit! I got one bar.
Yep.
The new JonTron video is pretty funny.
Oh yeah, the workout video.
Yeah.
Apparently, it got to #1 on trending.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's good he's starting to do like these little infomercials and stuff now, because they're just so terrible. But
I love how, despite the media trying to demonize him, he's still fucking pulling in
I
the
know,
views.
dude, I always loved JonTron, man. He's the best.
I know. How could you hate JonTron?
I know, it's funny because when the whole feminism, how JonTron was anti-feminist started coming out, someone, they sent me a note on Tumblr saying, hey, what would you do if you met up with JonTron? I'm like, oh, dude, I'd freak out, and, all this kind of fan reply stuff. And then I got another note saying, well, once you hear about him recently, you'll think differently. I'm like,
Not
what?
likely.
Then I read it up. It's like, oh, you guys are
You
idiots.
you should have wrote back and said, I read it. Now I want to blow him.
Jeez.
No, JonTron seems like a genuinely good guy.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know, I just get that vibe from him. Also, like, people are saying he's a racist and stuff, but there's one of his videos, I think it was the Howling 2 video, where like as a joke, like this woman like shows her tits and like all the cast and crew like come in as if they're looking at the TV at the woman's tits.
Yeah.
And it's all the cast, all the crew and stuff for his show. They're really fucking diverse.
Yeah, they are. It's like, you were saying?
Isn't he himself the son of like 2 immigrants?
Yeah, I think so.
So yeah.
That was the whole thing.
So,
Oh,
you
well,
know,
he's
shut
ignorant
up.
because his parents were immigrants. Like, how dare he?
I know, right?
I've like just listened to like the Sargon Dr. Lehman thing. I mean, he kind of articulates his points better. It was actually
Yeah.
a good conversation. Just like just people looking for tits on an ant. Problems that don't exist.
I remember H Bomber guy was taking the piss out of JonTron, like in basically calling him stupid because he accidentally in a stream, JonTron was going to say, "Oh yeah, exactly, they're communists," but yeah, accidentally said communists. And he said it just once, and H Bomber guy was like, "Oh my god, look at this guy, he's a fucking idiot," and it's like, okay.
Ah, jeez.
Well, it's a good thing he doesn't watch our videos. He'd have a field day. He'd have years of content.
Oh, but we're not popular enough to bring down, so.
Yeah. If anything, it's like, oh, look at the special people playing in the corner.
Oh, how cute. Crackling Mike. Sounds like a man. Oh, look, it's Crackling Mike. Exactly, there he is. Okay, that was a little too perfect off.
Turns out it's Mel's mic. All of a sudden, the crackling stops and Mel's gone.
Oh no!
Who else we have left in the chat anyway?
Yeah, it's getting pretty late.
Hidden and Demon or whatever. Gokai Silver.
Demon.
Where are they? All right, I'm sending an invite to Demon and Hidden just because.
Demon,
it's
the hidden
kind of
demon.
We just gotta get things wrapped up. And I don't know. Do you guys have anything else you guys want to add to the conversation?
Nope, got nothing.
All right. Well, if you don't got anything, then get the fuck out of here. But you know,
please come back.
It's like that Apu sketch from The Simpsons where he's like, "Sir, I must ask you to leave my store and come again."
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm going to be active kind of in the Discord chat regardless. So
Okay.
Sounds good.
We're all getting burned out at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting there. So I'm going to bring in Hidden and Gokai Silver or Demon in other words. Anybody else want to just stick around, or are you guys good?
I'm good. I'm gonna head out. Bye, guys.
All right.
Yeah.
Talk to you guys later. Hopefully next time bring shit to talk about besides Donald Duck being anally raped, unless you're into that kind of thing.
There's never a good time to talk about that.
There's always a good time to talk about that.
Waiting. Where's my pencil?
I feel like
Look at your avatar, Mel. It's in your hand.
Huh?
No, her other pencil. Get it? Wink,
It's
wink.
not working. I can't get it. No, I brought a pencil down with me. It was red. Did I? Guys, I can't draw.
Oh no.
Oh wait, it's on the floor.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Matt, by the way, I know you were going to ask a question earlier. Those avatars are just about done. I was finishing up your last one.
Yay! New avatars.
Oh my gosh, my pencil is out of lead.
Oh god.
Artist problems.
Oh no.
Son of a hoe. Well,
All right,
now
I'm going to
what?
send out some invites.
Let's see. There's pens. There's Sharpies. Double A's. I'm rummaging through my brother's thing right now. He's got triple A's. I need these.
I'm just gonna go for a quick bathroom break.
All right. Well,
Christopher and Hidden. Come on down, you're next contestant, and this shit's getting really, really boring.
sorry.
Sorry.
If I had something more interesting to talk about, I would. But you know
everyone
what?
lively,
No,
but
no one wants to hear about my bust size. So
It gets really interesting when like all of a sudden like the not safe for work like sections of our Discord chat are actually more fun than the conversations that we actually
I
have.
was joking earlier about seeing if I could bring Joker in because him and Mel could just talk about dicks for hours.
Oh, well, see, you got to invite him to one of these things. He's around.
But I mean, he could hop in right now if you wanted.
he can happen right now.
He can happen. He sounds like he's on the very come.
Jeez.
He could happen. Right? It's like that movie Boogie Nights. I mean, he can just come on command.
Then you can air out your grievances with your dick with him.
Oh God, yeah, the fucking fan art. Listen, Joker, do I need to send you a photo?
You're like, please, no dick pics.
Oh yeah, Matt, I put together my Raspberry Pi. It's pretty sweet.
Oh, how's it? Yeah, how'd that turn out? I mean, how's it do for like gaming? Is it like good resolution and stuff? Because I wondered how a Raspberry Pi would work on something like I don't know, Nintendo 64 games or something.
Yeah, I haven't checked that out yet. Just kind of put together and decked around a little bit. It's like a little mini Linux computer, basically.
Yeah, I have a Raspberry Pi. I just didn't know if it could,
No.
how much power it had behind it.
Wow, how lame the conversation got there. We're talking about pies now.
Not cream pies, Mel. Get your head out of the gutter.
Oh God, what am I going back to?
No. They're
Cream
talking about
pies.
cream pies.
Yummy.
Oh, see,
Hey
she
there.
likes it.
All right, Christopher Oles and Hidden. I've sent you invites.
I'm here.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Can you guys try to hear me?
I was on a different thing. There we go.
Yeah, I guess I got drowned out by cream pies. That's okay.
I mean, if nothing else.
If nothing else, I'll liven up the conversation.
Demon said he might not be able to hop on.
Well, that's fine. Well, then you guys can stick around just a little bit longer. Then how about that?
Oh no! Whatever.
Especially now we're talking about cream pies.
Ooh.
I was going to say, I think it's all women and Matt.
I know, that's why you guys can stick around. Talk
You guys
away.
You guys a little harem going on.
The casting couch is now open.
Yeah.
I'll point you without my hands to the nearest potted plant. Just call me Harvey Laughing Man.
Harvey Comstein.
Did we already talk about net neutrality earlier? Or did I miss that?
I think we had brush stuff on it though, but I thought we were gonna like maybe do podcast on. I'm not sure. I mean, the thing is I side usually kind of like with Reason magazine on some of this stuff, the libertarian angle, where net neutrality kind of an interesting concept, but also you should be able to give companies as much motivation to innovate. So
Fair
like
enough.
if net neutrality, if losing net neutrality ended up like making it so that you could actually pay for the services, the exact services you want and not more, that'd be interesting. And if it also brought in more competition, that'd be even
See,
better.
that would be the only bright side
Mhm.
to banishing net neutrality. But other than that, I could see it just, I don't know. I think it
because
needs to stay.
the biggest thing is like everyone always says that the problem with net neutrality, or what people want with net neutrality, is everyone's content is basically served up the same. Problem is the minute you add CDNs, content delivery networks, to the picture, you've already thrown that out the window, where these content delivery networks can host your content and serve it up locally faster and cache than like just directly from a server. So a person with a CDN has much faster internet or has a much faster website than someone who doesn't have one. So they've already kind of installed a fast lane.
That's a lot of information for me to process.
Yeah, sorry, I'm aware.
No, it's okay.
Terms.
I see what you're saying, though. I'm just not very good at debating or arguing. I apologize.
The thing is that it's with net neutrality isn't a thing, then it's far too easy for whoever controls the internet, it's far too easy for them to become corrupted.
In this case, it's government.
Yeah.
Well, it could be anything. I mean, even if it's just, say if Facebook and Twitter were competing for users and Facebook decides to slip the FCC a little money, they could slow down, the Twitter search stuff, the Twitter servers, and then make the Facebook ones really fast.
Yeah, I can understand, like, let's say Netflix, for instance, right? Let's say a vast majority of the traffic, the spikes in traffic, is driven by Netflix and other such servers, video content delivery servers. And you have the cable companies are the ones who also provide the internet in most cases. So people are dumping cable for internet content. So it would almost make sense for the internet company to start choking out that internet content, unless the companies like Netflix pay them more to deliver their content faster. I mean, it's just like the John Oliver video, where they essentially kind of were like, hey, you got a nice little service you got here. It'd be a shame if something bad were to happen to it. And they basically choked out their service. And especially with like a company like Netflix, who's doing something, they're doing a lot that's really, really interesting. They're doing like the Castlevania series, doing a lot of unique content, almost to the point where the South Park is right. Netflix will take on any fucking project and be like, yeah, do you want a six episode series, or do you want 2 whole seasons? But the thing is Netflix is also hemorrhaging money. I don't think they're actually making any money, but they're heavily invested in making content.
I think it's because they're constantly investing their money in different content. So any money they do make, they instantly put into projects.
Well, they're also in debt, from what I understand. Yeah. So if they had to pay on top of that all these different internet companies to provide reliable service, then that would choke Netflix out to the point where only like Amazon could be a Netflix-like movie provider.
Well, also, if you don't have net neutrality, it kind of takes the whole meritocracy away from the internet. You're going to get certain results, more likely to show up depending on whoever's controlling.
Yeah, my worry is, recently an area in Detroit was not getting internet because none of the internet companies would actually touch this particular like impoverished neighborhood. So the people created their own internet outfit. They brought internet to themselves using, I think, like microwave receivers. And I know, like, especially out here in the sticks, if you live too far away from like a city or a certain area, internet is extremely expensive. And I believe in my state, you cannot, the town itself, let's say you have a small town and they don't have internet, if they have any access to an internet company, even if it's just one monopolistic company like my parents have, that provides absolute shit service and extremely high rates, like they pay like $100 a month for like 3 megabit per second download speed, which is abysmal. And in my state, if a town has access to one internet company, then the town cannot band together and create their own internet company, like their own local government-based internet company. So there's a lot of things are kind of, depending on where you're at, kind of in the works where it almost strangles you as far as your options, as far as getting internet access. Like if there's a way where you could really open it up, so like they try new things like satellite internet and microwave internet and all these different cordless internet companies that have an opportunity to spring up, that'd be much more interesting to give like Time Warner and Comcast, Charter, all these other companies hell of a run for their money. But that's just one way I kind of look at it. I mean, don't get me wrong.
That's quite a long one way.
Well, it's also around the world. That's how I explain things. But I also think that the treating all the content equally is important. But I also think that there should be more innovation as far as like how internet works. Like they kind of regulated Pacific Bell for ages, the phone company. And really, there was only one phone company in the entire country. And the joke was, I can do whatever I want. I'm Ma Bell, meaning that, if you want a telephone, you got to suck it up, buttercup.
Yeah.
As they used to say. There's no innovation happening. There was no competitive pricing. It was just, this is what you pay. And this is what you get. There's no other option. And the minute they kind of like broke that up and made it so like different companies could get into the phone markets, all of a sudden we have cell phones.
Yeah.
So at least that's my understanding of how it worked. But I do believe that there needs to be more competition, but I also believe that content should be treated as equal as possible, especially if it's encrypted content. It's really, really hard to tell what you're doing. Are you downloading games from Steam, or are you watching Netflix, or are you just, using a shit ton of mail? I'm looking at a hell of a lot of porn, yes.
Yeah. I know that's like the main defense for net neutrality right now. Nigga, I don't want to go on Pornhub and be told that's not part of my internet package.
But again, if it's all encrypted, there's no way they could really tell. Unless there's like an origin thing. I mean, there's different protocols and different ports you can access, but it doesn't sound like it'd be something that would be that easy to figure out.
Well, just the whole thing, it's just to keep a way for the FCC to just make more money. That's all it is.
Well, the FCC to regulate more shit, and then what they did that is kind of iffy is they made it so that your ISP, your internet service provider, can look at your content and use that to sell to advertisers, which is bullshit. And luckily, what happens out of these things is you get more innovation, and it's pushing things like the use of VPNs more mainstream, where you have your internet connection routed through like a proxy of some sort. So you encrypt your traffic to this proxy, and then the proxy is like, I don't know what the fuck they're looking at. And it's just one way where like, you can keep your ISP from essentially looking at what you're looking at and then start selling your content to advertisers. So every time the government fucks up, there's usually a backlash where people want more privacy. So as far as the privacy angle, it's beneficial to make it as hands-free as possible, because the corporations will fuck up and they'll end up getting some sort of correction in the market. Anyways, how are you guys doing?
Well, this is such a pleasant note.
I know.
Goodness.
We're all gonna die.
Yay! Okay, who unzipped their pants? Yeah, hard on them off with all this bad news. Freaking masochist.
My worry is just that the more the government tries to regulate something, the less innovation there is in the market. Whereas the less they innovate, then the companies really have to like do dog eat dog. And it means better technology and better service.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's just Reason.com. The Reason magazine has done quite a lot of pretty interesting articles about it. I don't agree with necessarily everything, but it's pretty interesting. But I do think that no matter what, people should have access to the internet and all the knowledge therein. We can't let one entity hold the keys to the internet, like the Catholic Church wanted exclusive access to the Gutenberg printing press, because it's just a way for them to retain power of knowledge.
I've just found a great image to sum up net neutrality. I'm going to post it in the...
Is it Goat SE?
No. What's Goat SE? I think you told me once, but...
You want me to send a picture? Just type goat.se in your browser, you'll find out.
I don't know. Okay, Imgur.
I'm pretty sure it's... Or actually, no, that's a good question. Fuck. Kind of like GIF and GIF. It's GIF because it's graphic interface.
Ah, I knew it.
Frick.
GIF is a peanut butter, motherfucker.
I
apologize to my dog.
That's all right.
I hear puppers. Okay, here we go.
Oh yeah, I saw this the other day. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty accurate.
Also, Gokay Silver says, "Hey Matt, try sending the link through Discord."
Which link? Oh, the one to join in the conversation. Gotcha.
Gotcha,
man. Get you in quick because we're about ready to wrap up. Ooh, someone torturing dogs.
Sounds like a Yorkie.
Pomeranian.
Oh.
All right, there you go, dude.
A dog breed I'm not a fan of.
I'd never liked Cocker Spaniels. They just look so kickable.
Aww.
She weighs 2 pounds.
Cocker Spaniels just piss me off.
Oh, same here. They're yeasty, disgusting dogs, and like this is coming from somebody who works in a grooming salon for dogs. I think Cocker Spaniels are just one of the most disgusting breeds. I hate them.
I can't stand pugs. It seems like they're always having a hard time trying to breathe, you know?
Yes.
What kind of dog do you have again, Matt?
What?
What kind of dog do you have?
Mine is half German Shepherd, half Australian Shepherd.
Matt, you have a dog?
It's half Australian cattle dog, not Australian Shepherd.
Isn't it a blue heeler? That's Australian Shepherd.
No, Australian Shepherd is Australian Shepherd is something else. It's a Australian cattle dog.
No.
Or Australian Shepherds are the ones that I think those are the ones that have the longer hair. Australian cattle dogs and blue heelers are practically the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey there.
Hey guys.
What's up?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't think you had to be on this late. I had to go pick up my kid.
Fuck you, kid. I'm joking.
and always, Hangouts doesn't want to play nice with Windows 7. So let's see. I heard you already covered net neutrality. Has anybody covered the EA loot box scandal yet?
We were actually going to do a video podcast about that and invite Llama Pockets to it because we talked to him earlier today, and he had some really interesting ideas regarding the fact that EA might be covering their ass because I imagine that Disney made the Star Wars license stupidly expensive.
Yeah.
And EA doing what they do, all they can do is really be like, hey, instead of selling more copies, we're just going to try to DLC everyone to death.
Well, I thought the lawmaking aspect was a lot more interesting because in Europe with like Belgium and a few other European countries, and now Hawaii is actually trying to put forth legislation to get loot boxes regarded as gambling. And I just wondered, as a libertarian, how you felt about that. Is that necessary government interference, or are they overstepping?
That's something else. That's something else that Bobby was saying earlier, wasn't it, as well? That it's technically gambling because they can't actually prove that you have a legitimate chance of winning something.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to protect the public, and so let's say you have a casino and there's zero chance anyone wins. Well, obviously you're just doing damage to the people. Really, I mean, that might be a place for just to protect people's pocketbooks and their personal safety. That might be something where it's like, hey, listen, this is bullshit. But Bobby also was talking about like government regulations as far as like loot boxes and things, and I know he's more left than I am. Still friends. I can be friends with people.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, no shit. It's like gamers just accept you if you're you instead of like what you're thinking, what your politics are. Holy shit. No wonder why they tried to break us up with fucking Gamergate.
Jeez.
But anyways, he leans more left on things. Like he was talking about like government regulation and stuff, and I was kind of like, well, if people can do whatever the fuck they want to do with their money, but if there is like I think didn't Long Pockets say that there was like IGN bought $50 worth of loot box?
Yeah, and then they created loads of accounts to test it out, and they got duplicates on like 80% of the
85% of all the content there was duplicates.
Yeah.
Yep. And somebody run the math, and if you trashed your duplicates, you ended up getting a diminishing return based on what you spent to get the loot boxes in the first place.
Yeah.
And then also, if you actually wanted to play the game to unlock the unlockable characters, I think it was like 40 hours per character or something like that.
Yep. It was just ridiculous. Well, and I think the argument that they're making legally is that in the case of minors, which is who this is targeting, there needs to be some degree of protection, just because
Children
it's all
shouldn't
well.
be.
Some kid will get mommy's credit card and end up spending so much
God,
to get the one
It's
they want.
illegal for children to gamble.
Well, my little brother, he used to play FIFA, and he would spend fucking so much money on FIFA packs trying to get the gold plates. He spent so much money on my mom's fucking card, and it's like, Jesus Christ. And then once you spend that money, like, you can't get it back. So, like, I don't know. And then also with the Star Wars thing as well. If you buy a Star Wars game, surely you expect to just have Luke Skywalker ready to play.
Yeah.
Well, the way I heard it is a lot of gamers hated the fact that the amount of time you'd have to put in to get these things without the loot box, like Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker, was insane. Like to the point where it's like, why do I have to spend 100 hours to get one character? And when other people can just buy the shit and go, versus, it's almost like EA gimped the game in a way where it almost promotes pay to win.
Yeah, it's basically what happened. And it just, like I said, to me, it might send some interesting precedents. And frankly, if I were them, I'd really watch out at the next E3 or conference, because I'm betting you Ubisoft, Take-Two, all the other places that were doing this scheme are probably planning to jump their ass.
Yeah.
Well, and also to show the disconnect between game journalists and the people actually playing the game, on Metacritic, the game journalists gave Star Wars Battlefront 68, I think, and then the user score was 0.8.
Yeah, but it's also fan overreaction in a way too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, there's a hate bandwagon that happened, and this is what Long Pockets said. Whenever there's like a new villain to go after, and people they'll troll the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Not saying the EA is not an internet villain of any type. I mean, EA has done their fair share of really stupid shit.
Well, and that's part of what makes this move so insane is like, okay, if Nintendo pulled this, they'd probably get away with it just because they have that public goodwill. EA had no goodwill to go with. They shouldn't have known this was going to blow up in their face.
Right after they get done just tearing down Visceral Studios too.
Yeah, just so they could acquire whatever that's the guys who made Titanfall.
Yeah. The who the hell was her name? Fucking hell. I know who you're talking about.
Amy Hennig. But yeah. Well, and that's what's so stupid too is, and this is part of the reason for grievance on Disney's part, is quite aside from the PR disaster, is the sad truth is they're letting EA use their one of their most profitable licenses exclusively, and historically a great license for video games and media products, and they've only made 2 games with it.
Yeah.
And both of them in the same franchise, and both of them were gigantic thunderflops.
And instead of making more games, they just decide, let's charge way extra for 1 game or 2 in this case.
Oh yeah.
Again, I think I've said this before, but I'm just so sick of Star Wars. I just can't. Every time I see Star Wars, I'm just like, for fuck's sake, not again.
Okay, so what we need to do is get Nat's card and just buy her all the loot boxes. No.
I've got no money left, so you can go ahead and do that. You can spend all 3 of my pounds.
Pounds? Is that even American? No. Sorry. I'm sorry. That was low-hanging fruit, and I apologize. I'm better with my jokes than that.
You're fine.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, don't be.
I posted a lovely little image just to sum up this whole conversation in the Google Hangouts chat, by the way.
Lovely. Oh, and that did remind me of one positive thing. If this does get ruled as gambling and all these games are 18+, though on the plus side, we're going to see the removal of loot crates and the rise of lewd crates. Think about it. It's just pornography is the next great step if you're going to make it 18+ anyway. And like the common trash will just be like, say, Laura Croft wearing a burqa or a full-body Russian coat. And then as you get up in the rarer and rarer crates, the more and more nudity. Of course, legendary being the completely fetishy, kinky shit.
Jesus, could you imagine how much? Could you imagine how much money Overwatch would make if they did that?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Let's say it's like, or I was like, all right, legendary, let's just see if Tracer's really a lesbian or not.
If she wasn't, she is now.
I don't know. I could see, sorry, laughing man, but I can see you putting down a lot of money to get that Tracer Skullgirl outfit mod. Anyway.
Black Widow all the way, man.
She's like, that's not true. I resent that. Black Widow, baby.
I've seen the jizzle. I've seen the jizzle physics. I've seen that too. I was gonna say I saw the jiggle physics on Pornhub, but jizzle physics, yes, that too.
Oh Lord.
Oh, I love Blizzard. Stop making porn of our game, and the internet's like, "Are you new here?"
Oh, what? Keep going? Okay.
It's like, look, if the Five Nights at Freddy porn never stopped, then Overwatch isn't.
Nope.
They have no chance.
No.
Oh, speaking of victories for the free market, just kind of an amendment to the whole Marvel story. Their editor-in-chief was fired.
Oh.
Like, kicked out. And he's been replaced with the marketing officer who was basically gotten about a bunch of trouble with Marvel earlier this year because he admitted there might be a problem. Apparently, by having the simple foresight to admit that maybe something had gone wrong, now he's editor-in-chief.
Oh, is this the guy who said that diversity is the reason that comics were failing?
Yeah. Yeah, he was saying that people have to know social justice and that Marvel needed to adjust for that. And basically, he was like that meme where the guy gets thrown out the window.
Jesus, are you saying people don't want SJW values shoved in their faces all the time?
Gasp.
The absurdity.
Oh, no. She's going to send the British appropriateness police in there. I'm going to be in a jail with Count Dankula.
So, a Marvel marketing strategist was fired. Is that right?
Well, no. Basically what happened is the marketing strategist earlier this year pointed out that there might be a problem. You know, he was saying just because there was all the water at the floor of the boat, they might have a leak, and he was basically given no end of shit for it. And then now, flash forward after everything in the New York Comic Con and everything else that's gone down, he's now been promoted to editor-in-chief.
Oh, interesting.
Essentially because he was the only one to recognize that there was a problem, so they're hoping maybe he can address like some of the real issues that have been going on.
I mean, really, he was the only one working there to have seen the problem because everyone else fucking could see the problem a mile off.
Oh, that was the other big thing. Yeah, this is kind of inside baseball, but basically one of Marvel's biggest writers, a guy by the name of Brian Michael Bendis, was like huge in like the animated cartoons and everything, and Marvel throughout most of the early 2000s, has basically quit and left for DC. And
yep, heard that.
Yeah, to put this in context, that would be like Stan Lee leaving Marvel for DC in the middle of the 70s. I mean, this guy wrote some little Avenger story called Civil War. Apparently, it's getting adapted.
Jeez.
Also wrote some story called The Winter Soldier. I don't know. Anyways, point is, apparently he's a big deal.
Sure.
Just like, oh boy, maybe you should have held on to that one. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how that all plays out, but it's been kind of an odd time just because you're seeing a lot, Disney in particular, kind of fighting for consumer rights, and that just doesn't seem right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got them going up to Marvel and be like, "Look, people don't want this SJW crap, and they're superheroes. Knock it off."
In the Mickey Mouse voice, no less.
Mickey Mouse voice.
God damn, people don't want social justice. Huh?
No, the one that was even better, like the ones people have been doing with EA. It's like, get this loot box shit out of this game right goddamn now, or I swear I'm gonna put in the same hole I put the other Jonas Brothers.
Oh god.
When's the last time you sucked a penis?
What the fuck?
Oh, the blue, I know. I am so tired right now, guys.
Same time to dog.
Yeah, it's getting late.
For 3 minutes.
But yes, there's been many variations of, you better fix this shit right goddamn now, huh? Well, I'm sorry, is that not how it went down? I mean, especially since this might actually be affecting their movie release, and there's been all kinds of stories leaking that Disney was not happy and that they threatened to pull EA's license, which they're probably going to do at this point.
Do it.
Do it.
Well, even better, the ultimate victory for the internet, they affected Electronic Arts stock prices.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's the only way you can hit them. Hit them in the wallet.
Yep, but they say it's just like Microsoft before with the Xbone, but being constantly online. You start making their stock prices dipping, then you got their attention.
Yeah.
Oh, did anybody talk about the Chicago legislation? Well,
What?
legislation is the wrong term. I'm sorry. Well, okay, back during the election, there was these group of four or five black teenagers out of Chicago who grabbed a white guy who they thought was a Trump supporter who was mentally retarded and basically beat and tortured the guy.
Oh.
And they had him up on charges and everything. And a big court judge out in Chicago just quietly removed and dismissed all the hate, even though they specifically targeted a white guy. Because he was white. Because the white
they live streamed it on Facebook, constantly shouting out, "Fuck Donald Trump, fuck."
Yep. But no hate crime.
Sure. No, we don't want anyone to see that we're racist, so we're gonna let these people go.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm kind of sorry, Duke.
We'll let the racists go so we don't look like we're racist.
Yeah.
Can people just focus on what people actually do instead of the fucking skin color?
I know. It's just
like what Martin Luther King said.
Well, yeah, but you see, Martin Luther King Jr. is no good because you see, in the eyes of social justice, he can't work because he was anti-gay.
And he's trying to act like people are equal.
A lot of truth there, but yeah, I think that was all the major stuff. Just that hate crime legislation going away. Well, and of course that border patrol agent out in Mexico who was found with the skull caved in from rocks. Still don't know what happened there, but we're being too aggressive in our response to the immigration crisis.
The world's falling apart and we can just dance in the ashes.
Yeah.
I don't know about falling apart. I just think some violent. Now let me rephrase that because I'm getting a little Alex Jonesy. I think some intense changes that happened for a while are kind of bubbling to the surface. Quite frankly, it's just one of those things. Well, and it's like everybody's worried about Republicans. Yeah, basically. Well, and everybody in control of the White House and everything. It's like, man, if that net neutrality shit. You're going to see the Democrats retake the Senate and the House so fast. But another thing for another time, I suppose.
Anyways, I think we should hang it up. It's been 3 hours.
Yes, guys, it is getting very, very late.
Yep. But it was good chat. Welcome to our newbies.
Hey, newbies.
Oh, and Joker said, as far as the dick pic goes, references are on you, buddy.
Cool.
All right. Well, I'm going to hang this puppy up.
All right.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Get some damn sleep.
Yes. All right. Thanks for showing up, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.